overthink it that we've been killing it.
Got it.
Got it.
Yeah, all right.
Episode 56 coming live. NBA Finals, Game 6.
See you live.
Right now, the Boston Celtics are fighting back. They're down 12. We're down 22. We're gonna get right into it tonight, man. Forget the intro. You know who I am. It says JB is still the champ, so you know who I am.
Here we go.
He's still the champ.
That's right. It says JB is still the champ. They got Joey and Chris. When they are the champs, they can put it on theirs too. That's fine. All right. We're talking about basketball, and I was the champ.
Still the champ.
I'm still FYI. I'm gonna give my weekly update on fantasy baseball. Right now, I'm in a battle with the number one player in the league. Currently, up on him. The question is called travel on Wiggins. They calling travels now. These refs are so and the NBA refs are so predictable, man. I can pretty much predict when they're gonna start making calls for the team. These guys don't got TVs where they watch. They looking at their phones and crap.
We gotta
Hi, JB. Streaming on the app.
Wow. But look, like I was saying, man. So the NBA Finals Game 6. I am still in a battle with the number one player in the league. I am the number two player in the league, by the way. Last night, I was telling Joy earlier, I went to a baseball game, and it's nothing. Playing fantasy baseball, I thought, but when you go to the game and one of your guys gets 2 home runs, you just
you're like, oh, that's
you're like, oh, okay.
Were you
and
like
when you call one of them, it's even better. Like I'm like, yeah, give me another one, Riley. Gone.
I remember as a kid, like because we used to go to a lot of games, and I would be like sitting there, and I would be saying like, oh, just hit a home run right here. I want a home. And then when you actually feel like you call it, like they hit one, you're like, oh my gosh, they actually hit a home run.
I had this old guy sitting beside me like this. He just give me a look like,
like, oh.
British fan, oh.
He was like, whoa, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, a lot going on. So first questions of tonight with my man Joey and Chris. We got right now, current situation. Golden State up 12 with 58.9 seconds left. Klay Thompson with the 3 in the corner, though he's not Game 6 clear tonight. Still up 12. Will Boston cut it to single digits before the fourth quarter? What's and 1? Ooh, they cut it to 9.
Uh-oh.
So what's your thoughts, Joey? Are the Warriors gonna close it out, or are you still going with Boston to win this game?
Still going with Boston to win this game. It will go back to San Francisco. The Rock. Sean Connery.
The Rock. You talking about the Alcatraz?
Losers whine about the best.
Nah, that's a 15-2 run. I swear, man.
The game of runs. Boston's
it's a game of runs, but
Boston's defenses, they were the best. They've been the best.
Yeah, true. Facts.
Playoffs. They're going to turn it up. It's going to be single digits going into the fourth quarter. Boston will win.
Okay. Chris, what do you think?
Man, I was so confident. I told you guys the other night, I was so confident that Boston had this series, and now I'm completely flipped. Whatever they had going in Game 3, that advantage just seems, it's weird to go away. You just can't. They were so dominant with their bigs underneath, and now it just seems like they can't figure out how to dominate the game like they were. So I don't know. I just don't think that. I think that Boston, the Celtics have figured them out, or Steve Kerr is just out-coached. So I don't know. I mean, I just think that they're done. But I was super confident the other way that but it just looks like to me that Golden State's just they got back to what we know. I thought they would just give them a lot of matchup issues, and it just doesn't seem like they're doing that. So I think that, I don't know, Draymond has played better. We were killing Draymond.
played much better.
Draymond just hit a big jump shot to kind of slow things down. But
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I mean, I love the NBA. I love basketball, man.
It's fantastic.
The officiating is ridiculous. It's
here we go.
I mean,
they're humans.
I'm gonna speak my truth.
They're human.
You speak your truth.
They're human.
I've been playing basketball my whole life, watching the NBA since I can remember. The refs are terrible.
They're human.
No. Humans don't get to ref NBA Finals. When you ref the NBA Finals, that means you are one of the elite refs in the game. You are one of the elite refs in the world. So if I want elite play for my players, I should get elite officiating as well. That's just my opinion, right? That's just one man's opinion. But I'm telling you right now, I ain't the only one with that opinion. Just letting you know, I ain't the only one.
Yeah, but even the greatest, the elite players like Steph Curry tonight, he's not shooting 100%.
I'm talking about but I'm talking about for a whole series. I'm like, I ain't saying this game. I'm talking about for the whole series.
When you are in the business of officiating, there's gonna always be scrutiny no matter what you do. You're gonna always make somebody mad about the way that you're calling.
I mentioned the word officiating. You seem to get that response from Lion King. Like I said Mufasa or something. Like I said, like you started, it starts to make your blood boil.
Officials bring
I have officiated games before. I've been a ref before, Joe. I know.
JB, keep the word officiating out
your
mouth. All right. So right now we got a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter. I'm hoping. I'll put it this way. I'm hoping that the players' play decides this NBA championship and not the refs. Okay. But anyway, so I think the Warriors. I don't know, man. I'm on the fence. I mean, it's been a back and forth. The Celtics had a run. Warriors came back. Warriors had a big run. Celtics came back. Another run came back. Another run came back. So usually when your team that's trying to catch up all the time is expending so much energy to come back, that usually sometimes wear out. You know what I'm saying? That they just can't do another run and can't get over that hump. So we're gonna see if the Boston, that home court gives them that edge they need, because sometimes teams, their home court get their edge to fight back and keep fighting to win. So it's going to be a good fourth quarter.
Well, so look at game one, Boston scored. It was Golden State. Look, I think they were up going into the
12 going into the fourth, up 12.
It went, Boston scored 40 points and Golden State scored 16 in game one.
I mean, the two games that Golden State has lost is because they shat the bed in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they lost.
Another game they lost, they scored 11 points in the fourth quarter.
They scored 11 points in game 3.
Yeah, so if Golden State can have a normal fourth quarter, I believe they'll pull it off. But they have one of those fourth quarters where they don't score, then it's over. And then the pressure is right back on them at home. So if the Celtics do lose this, is your perception of Jayson Tatum hurt? But first of all, before we say that, let me ask you this question, guys. What is your perception of Jayson Tatum? And I'll start with you first, Chris. What is your perception before we answer this question?
Well, I think I'll say first, coming into this series, I think he was a guy who I was saying, if he can lead, if he can come out, play an MVP level type of, series MVP type of game, he coming off of an all NBA season, a first team all NBA, maybe he is taking that next step to me of kind of superstar, like a true superstar, one of the few elite guys. I don't necessarily think he was, to me, on that level, but I think he was starting to get to that level. So I think for me is going in, that was kind of my perception is we'll see. I didn't really anoint him on that level yet, but I think that was kind of this playoff series where he was playing against some superstars, Durant, Giannis, and he held his own. Not only held his own, he looked like at sometimes he was the best guy on the court. So to me, it looked like, okay, if he can consistently put that together through a whole series, playing really great players and teams, maybe he is turning into a top 10 guy in the league. And so right now, I think I've got to probably pump the brakes for me as a guy who probably has that potential, but at the same time, you look at a lot of guys who have gone to their first NBA titles and they haven't been that great, but it doesn't mean that they don't get to that superstar level. So I think it's probably pump the brakes. Maybe his potential is there at some point. I still put him below even the Lukas, Giannis. I don't think he's anywhere near that tier yet. But because I just don't think that he has the consistency yet to come out and dominate games. Okay. And so,
what you think, man?
Yeah.
What's your perception of Tatum?
Chris and JB, I'll piggyback most of what Chris said. I do.
Okay. He said a damn lot.
As far as players under the age of 25, if Luka is maybe number one, I'm thinking that Tatum is going to be a number two. I still think that there are a lot of people that are going to still question Luka as far as just pounding the ball into the floor and just doing everything on his own. Luka is the man. Tatum is the man. So there's extra pressure that's going to be put on his shoulders. He did take out arguably the two best players in the world in this playoff season. And he's shown when he has not played well in certain games that he's come back and he's answered every single time with an amazing game. He has not shot well, but I think what he has done well is just overall distributing the ball, overall defense. The Boston defense is still right there. He's one of those pieces for that great Boston defense. I think one thing that I'm really disappointed in his game, turnovers. He turns the ball over way too much. And the second best guy, the 1B, turns the ball over way too much. When your two best players are turning the ball over in awful moments, that's bad for the entire team. That's one thing I'm not disappointed in his shooting. His shooting is going to get better, but you've got to take care of the basketball. If this was Grand Park, doesn't matter who you are, you turn the ball over, you're sitting next to JB. Even if your name is Jayson Tatum.
Tatum.
Listen, man, you guys, did you ever watch Billy Madison? That part where
look at me, Swan.
No, not that part. The part where everybody started clapping for this speech, and the guy goes there, and the guy goes there, and you made everybody in this room dumber than they were when they first came. Guys, you didn't answer the question. I wanted to know your thoughts, and y'all okay. You kind of got to it, right? This took a long time to get there.
Well, we were answering.
You know how my thoughts were.
The
Jayson.
Pre and now we just answered both of them. My bad.
Okay. So you know what I thought of him at first. He's actually won me over. My biggest issue with him is that now that he's he made first team All NBA and got some accolades. Now he just seems to think he's supposed to get calls and whines all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He cries. Now he's crying way too much.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And that's not good. You can't keep crying over every call. And he has not played well in the fourth quarter in this series at all.
He has not.
And so, really, when it comes down to your best players are going to step up in the clutch moments.
Correct.
Tatum is going to be one of the best. He's already one of the best. He's first team All NBA forward, out of injuries.
How does he expect to get that Veronica Vaughn? If you're going to get Veronica Vaughn, you got to be getting buckets in the fourth quarter. You want that?
I don't think I could sit there and say Jayson Tatum go win me a game and feel fully confident like you're true, like you're superstars.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
I think he can do that. It's just the game is just different. If he's getting those calls, because Andrew Wiggins is playing some really good D against him.
Yes, he has.
Andrew Wiggins, kind of the same size, same body type.
Yeah.
I mean, the NBA guys, you ain't gonna stop. You just gotta slow him down, and he's done a good job of slowing him down. And like you said, Jordan, these guys are turning the ball. They turn the ball over too much. I mean, he gets rid of carries all the time. I mean, these guys, he carrying the ball. Goodness gracious. These guys love it. We're not getting, by the way, we're not getting we're not getting a game 6 Clay tonight.
He's not Clay anymore.
But anyway, so 8 minutes left. Draymond, another 3? Nope, not this time. So, all right.
Yeah, so we want to get into
Jayson Tatum question. All right, so we got right now 82-70 with 8 minutes left. Who is your MVP right now at this moment in junction of this series?
Joey,
who you got, Joey?
This, if it holds the way that it's going, this should be Steph's second Finals most valuable player.
No. He's first.
It should be.
It should be. No way.
It should
be. What Durant did? No,
I'm talking about from the very first Finals.
Oh, okay. I got you. Oh, not the Iguodala?
No. Yeah. Yes. He has been.
What did Iguodala do that Finals that made him the MVP and not Steph?
Because he played really good defense on LeBron, as LeBron's averaging 35, 10, and 8. He hit timely shots. Well, maybe because he's
missing threes left and right too.
Maybe because he's wide open because everyone's worried about Steph and freaking Clay. Okay, now is it hard to hit wide open shots? Yes, definitely it is. But I mean, he didn't get one. Do you know Steph did not get
you got
one
Steph.
vote?
Okay, tell me this: if the Celtics end up coming back and winning the series, who you got now, Joey? Who MVP then? You giving it to Tatum because he's the golden boy, or you giving it to the deserving person?
The deserving person, as in Jaylen Brown?
Yes, sir.
It all depends on who
better player than Tatum in this series.
It all depends on who would have the better game 7.
Yeah, I think at that point it would probably come down to a game 7, because even though Jaylen Brown has played better, I don't think it's lights out Jaylen Brown.
He shot better.
I think they always want to give it to. It's rare to not. You know what I mean? Like, if you better look at the betting lines, I bet at like when Iguodala, that's an outlier. That hardly ever happens. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that's a no-brainer. To me, it's gonna be Steph, even though I was actually trying to find a way to give it to Wiggins just based on, like you said, he's playing, he carried them in game 5.
Mm-hmm.
He's played great defense, but the numbers Steph has put up, even though he's had some games that aren't maybe as good, he's still dominating. And Wiggins has done a lot, on kind of filling up the stats, but he's just not a guy who can go out and score 30.
Wiggins could be getting that Iggy love, like Iggy guarding LeBron. Wiggins been guarding Tatum the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, and true, but I think that the NBA loves their superstars and they really want to push their superstars. So
the NBA is the worst when it comes to that kind of stuff.
But they know that they know where their bread is buttered. They know.
Yeah, you know where your bread. Yeah, you do. You do.
I mean, the NBA know that's what people want to see. So they.
I know this. Go back to I knew this for a fact. This is when I honestly knew it, because I used to watch. Remember, I grew up watching the Pistons beat the crap out of Jordan. And Jordan not get nothing. They had to earn it. Like, they had to just come out and earn it, because they used to beat Jordan up and they didn't get no calls.
Yeah.
But then I realized that the NBA is really about trying to promote people and put people in a good position or get a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
That series when the Miami Heat played Dallas, Dwayne Wade at this point was not a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
But that series, he became a superstar, and he was getting phantom calls. But he was getting phantom calls, But Dallas blew the series because they had a chance at the free throw line to win that series.
Yeah.
And they kind of blew it. But no, I know it's about the superstars, man. And it just, but how it goes sometimes, I just think that sometimes the NBA, somebody with a phone call, okay, tonight, we're going to do Tatum tonight. Or, we're going to do this guy tonight. I mean, because think about it. LeBron, budding superstar, NBA, know he going to be the man, get swept full hot. Get swept full hot, right? Tim Duncan says, thanks for letting us get this one. Because he knew.
Stay golden.
The NBA going to be like,
stay golden.
Come on in, man. It's your league now. But for me, the MVP right now, definitely, Steph. He had, that one game he had. I think that one game he had in Boston.
Yeah.
That if they win, that right there is the MVP game right there.
Yeah.
They
like it's almost like a Heisman moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was the MVP game.
Right.
No matter, he can play a good game, get 20 points every other game. And that game right there, when they needed it, everybody had written them off.
Every bit of it.
He just came through with a double-double with 43 and 10 rebounds. And that game, Wiggins had 17 and 16. You just knew that if, and for Boston, like I said, for Boston, for me, it'll probably be whoever plays their best in game 7 between Brown and Tatum.
Yeah.
That's who, because they both averaging about 22.3, same amount of rebounds. Tatum is averaging more assists, but Tatum is also averaging more turnovers. So that's how it is. All right. So we still Golden State ball, 12-point lead. Dang, 6 minutes left.
What's it? 12? Still a 12-point lead.
Jesus Christ! All right, about to cut it to single digits again. NHL Finals, right?
And we got a battle going on. CJ Squared, NHL, the Stanley Cup Finals, baby.
The overtime last night, and it ended real quick, didn't it?
That overtime lasted like a minute. I was like, oh sweet, we're about to get some real good. What the? And I was like, all right, suddenly I'm just settling in for some good overtime hockey. And then, hey, I'll take it because obviously I picked Colorado. So hopefully, even as a fan, I would want Colorado because I picked them, but I just hope it's a good series. And if you get overtime hockey in game 1, and both of these teams are probably who, like how we were talking about the NBA.
Yeah.
This is who the NHL would have wanted to see. They wouldn't have minded Edmonton, but they've got superstars in hockey wise they're superstars coming out. So
shoot it everywhere.
I think that hockey needs that. I think hockey hasn't had those guys ever since the Crosby and the Crosby and Ovechkin years.
But the one thing about I think hockey's signed a real big deal, didn't they?
Yeah,
they signed a really big deal with ESPN. They gave us on ESPN. They signed a deal going forward, didn't they?
I remember years ago, Joey would be like, I'm not watching hockey until it's on ESPN again.
Correct, Chris.
Yeah, because hockey was coming on like something like the bootleg channel. Like, you couldn't watch it. You could not watch a hockey game on like a regular channel.
It was like on some outdoor channel.
Not even ESPN. You had to watch it. Like only time they showed, like I said, it was like the Christmas Classic.
Every once in a while, like NBC, SN, or
something
like that.
Yeah, we said that last week, but you know what? I was at the game last night, so I was watching. I was looking at it. I know that Colorado went up like
they were 3-1, I think.
3-1, yeah. Then I looked up again at the score and
and then I looked maybe like 5 minutes later, and they looked and they scored 2 back-to-back within it was like 30 seconds or something. So
8-point lead.
Look, hockey's got some. The ESPN thing, I think, is just going to make it better. Me personally, in high school, I would say I probably knew a few players off of every single NHL team, and they had some great superstars too. You had some crucial players on every single team, and even though Ovechkin and Crosby are probably in the top 3 of the most popular in the entire world as far as hockey players go. There are some superstars, some young superstars that the NHL needs to push, and I hope they do. I hope that they put in the effort to push these guys. There are some young studs on these squads that they need to push. They need to be on television as much as possible. So NHL, do your job.
Due diligence.
Yes, please get with ESPN and push these guys as much as you can.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's weird that like in the 90s, all 4 sports were kind of, I mean, hockey was still below the other ones, but it wasn't the drastic where football now is king and they're way above. And then you get the NBAs right below them. And then a big drop off to basically most people at this point just say, I'm going to watch playoff hockey and playoff baseball, and that's it. And so somehow those 2 sports, because it's not like the talent's not there, it's just that they're just not getting pushed for whatever reason.
Right.
And so, I think that's more on the league. But you ask, is it on a guy like Mike Trout who's a likable guy?
I mean, boy, you mentioned every time you mention superstar nobody knew about, you always throw Mike Trout.
Because
he had a hell of a catch the other night, though.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my God, that home run.
It's just, to me, it's rare to see a guy who's that good yet no one knows about.
We should be talking about how a Canadian team ain't won a hockey championship since the 90s.
Yeah.
Is that true, right?
That's crazy.
Who was the last?
Ain't that where the game was invented in Canada?
Was Montreal the last team?
I don't know. Was it?
I think it was the Canadians.
It's like, heck.
Patrick Waugh was.
Oh, Patrick Waugh.
Was he
on that?
You know what? I think if hockey promoted their players better,
and baseball,
and also showed that they were more diverse, they probably extend their fan base, because I'm guessing that in their cities they probably got fans.
Absolutely.
But outside of their cities, because not a hockey team in every city, like, how sometimes you're in Virginia, you're rooting for the Carolina, or the Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're in Virginia, but they got a team in Carolina now, right? They got 2 teams in Carolina is one. The Hurricanes, right? So it's just, I don't know, man. Like growing up for me, hockey, only thing I knew about hockey growing up was Gretzky. The great one. I knew about Gretzky. I knew about some of the other guys like the Messiers
Lemieux was
those guys. I knew about those guys. I even had a Mark Messier jersey, Rangers jersey. I had one. Don't ask me why I had one. It looked cool, so I said I'm gonna be different. Get a hockey jersey. Damn well I know a damn bit about hockey. What I did do, I did play a lot of that hockey game.
NHL.
Sega. I played the Sega one a lot.
Yes. The old diorama that they did. You could do that.
Yeah, I played the Sega one a lot. But my wife she's like, you're getting into too many sports. You're watching hockey and you want to go watch baseball.
Too many sports.
I said, I'm doing a sports show, so it would behoove me to understand more sports, right? Well, especially at least the 4 basic American top sports,
right?
Hockey, baseball, football, and basketball.
I mean, the thing is with hockey is when you're watching the game, even for me, who's like I'll watch games, like it's hard to tell Nathan McKinnon, the Colorado guy, or Stamkos, or you know what I mean? Like you can't, it's hard to see who's the players. And the thing is they rotate so quick where you have a LeBron. If you want to see LeBron, like you sat down and said, hey, this is your first game watch LeBron, you could recognize him every play that you wanted to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where hockey, if I'm like, hey, sit down and watch Ovechkin, you know what I mean? Like you, by the time you figure which one he is, he's off the ice.
Right.
So I think the nature of the sport does hurt itself, and because they rotate the best players in a 60-minute game, maybe play 20 minutes, because they rotate so much.
Right.
And so,
and I guess like soccer is so big, same kind of style sport, but no coverings. And Europe is so big, like outside of America, soccer is number one sport,
that's
right?
a big sport. Yeah, that's
out of every country, probably soccer.
Not even close.
You know what I'm saying?
Here, I think soccer is just so.
It's growing though. I mean, for the women, it's growing. It's growing though. It's picking up, right? I think MLS just signed a big deal too with somebody.
With Amazon,
didn't they? Like $1 billion deal
every year.
Yeah, and Apple. So guess what? Bigger contracts, bigger TV. Guess what? Bigger salaries.
Absolutely,
that's good for them. That's good.
Well, yeah, because if you really want to compete and you really want to build a league like the other sports, you've got to bring players internationally.
What they need to do is start, doing like they do in Europe, like have the club teams from America, from the United States, play the club teams from Mexico and around. You know what I'm saying? Not the country team, but the club teams,
like the club,
right? That would add some more excitement. And did you see that DC lost out? That DC lost out on the World Cup.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
About it, JB.
What team? What? Because I was like, well, dang, I go to a World Cup game in DC and Baltimore. What cities got them? I know they gave 3 to Mexico, 3 to Canada, so that left 10 for the United States.
Well, Philly got it, which is surprising over DC. Dallas got one, which why, because they're gonna want it there.
You got a stadium.
Yeah, I mean, that's a money thing, and a lot of people can get it. Miami, you said got one, Joey?
Man, it's over, man. It's over. They got 15 with 2:40 left.
Over.
And Curry hit a big 3 in the corner.
Miami probably has a big soccer area, I mean, that's like,
you got the Caribbean people.
Yeah.
You have a real
American area,
big Latin America contingent, especially Cuban down there.
I'm surprised that Portland, because Portland's such a big soccer, they're the big I'm surprised that they didn't just give them one, just because they've been such loyal type of soccer fans. They're probably the better fans in all the MLS. So, but I guess maybe it's just all money. Their stadiums holds maybe 25,000, and they probably want something much bigger than that. I mean, DC probably could have gone to FedEx.
They were going to do like games at M&T.
Oh,
and
right.
Oh, that's a dagger. Games at M&T and stuff, and have like things going on. Come on, make that one.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been sweet.
That's over.
It'd be sweet to see an actual to see a World Cup game, because
that would be.
I mean,
to see a World Cup game, man. You can drive, you fly. You got what year that happening? What 2000? What 18? 2000? I'm sorry, 26 or 28.
26.
Yeah, I mean, I just wonder what the prices would be. But yeah,
I can tell y'all this: when you have that kind of thing going on, it's crazy. Because a couple years ago, when I went to Europe, they had the Europe Cup going on, and from the Eiffel Tower, they had the soccer ball playing, and I was in Berlin when I forgot something, because that year Iceland was making a run. Yeah, I remember that year they were making a run. Like everybody, they were surprising everybody.
That was when they were doing. They were
surprising everybody from Iceland. It's over, man. You got 1:30 left. Golden State's up 100-86, man. It's over.
I slept.
It's over, man. Sure. It's done. Curry has balled out in the fourth quarter, so you know, balled out.
He's locked it up.
He locked it up, man.
There will be constant talk about this, how great they are, and how they did it without KD. There's gonna be constant talk about that now.
You know what? I tell you what, though, you gotta. You know what? Wherever the talk is, from this point until next year, they deserve all of it. It's talk. I don't think nobody's gonna crown them as the best team ever. I mean, you gotta think about this in the West. You didn't have no Dame. I mean, the Clippers didn't have Kawhi and Paul George, two of the best players in the West. I mean, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard easily are two of the top 10 players in the West, if not the league.
Yeah.
When they on their games.
Yeah, those two guys who Paul George a couple years ago at OKC was playing at an MVP level. So.
Yeah, he was third in MVP voting.
And Kawhi, we already know is that level.
Yeah. You know, that's Joey's boy, fun guy.
Guy.
But yeah, I mean, Boston, they had their chance. They had their chance. Boston had their chance, I think, but Steph took it from them. He took it.
He did. Yes, he did.
I will say though that I remember last year doing this show, and I think I brought this up before, that I was knocking Golden State, kind of saying, what are they doing? Because it just seemed to have these picks, and it just seemed to be like either rebuild or go all in, like don't be caught in the middle. And they stayed their course. And
were we talking about them getting rid of Wiggins? Because I knew they had Wiggins in, was it Oubre?
I kept saying that why are they not moving Oubre, which I still don't get. But I mean, you know, you make these moves. They had, you know, they brought in Wiseman. We were kind of saying, well, why are you keeping him? Like, you know, move him for somebody. And looking at it now, they still could have done it. But really, they haven't mortgaged their future for the sake of winning now, which is hard to do. You generally are picking one side or the other. And they've, you know, as a franchise, they've been one of the few that's been able to still look good for a couple years down the road, but still be in the midst of a dynasty, which is tough to do.
Everybody was talking down to them last year after they lost in the play-in.
Yeah, because you look at what the moves that they made and didn't make, and you're going, what are they planning on doing? Like, why bring in Kuminga and you know what I mean? Like,
they stayed the course with Clay too. Clay came back middle of the season this year, right?
And even that played well because they could stay the course. They were good enough this year where they didn't need to be. He didn't need to be that Clay, and they didn't need to rush him back to be anything more.
This is probably, I tell you what though, out of all their championships, it's probably their best one.
Absolutely.
It's the most impressive.
Even not their best team, it's probably their best one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because of the way that they did it when everyone thought kind of like, well, they'll probably fall off at any moment. You know what I mean? Like they're just.
I mean, remember this year too, when there was a point when Clay came back. Remember, Steph got hurt before the playoffs. And they didn't he missed the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season because he did something. He was out the last 3 or 4 weeks.
He ended up coming back because I remember we were saying when Chris Paul got hurt, I was thinking that was a time for Golden State to make a run to see if they can get the number one.
Then Steph got hurt.
Yes, you got right.
I know right now, Chris Paul, Devin Booker sitting in their house right now, just shaking their heads. You know, I mean, think about it. Golden State was the 3rd seed in their conference. Yeah. The 3rd seed, not the 1st or 2nd seed, 3rd seed. Wow.
Their front office is clearly the best in basketball. The best. It's without a doubt. I mean, just like you said, Chris, and I'm still not even sure.
Chris was I thought Chris that was the boy from OKC was Chris boy.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I do, but we'll see. They're like 10 years away from trying something.
I mean, OKC, if OKC really wanted to do something, like you said, they could go all in now or just do the process. They could go all in. They could make some moves and go all in.
I mean, and the one thing that I will say about Golden State,
good for him, man. I'm happy for Steph.
They're willing to spend when OKC wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, had they assigned Harden and they didn't want to pay the luxury tax, Golden State is in that luxury tax every year, and they're saying, I don't care because we want to win championships. At that point, put your money where your mouth is. If you really want to win championships, it'll show if you're willing to spend. Golden State did. OKC did it, and that's the difference.
All right. Early predictions. Who's the NBA champion next year? Joey?
I'd like to see what Golden State does in the off season.
That's not answering my question.
Golden State.
Okay, Chris.
I'll say Milwaukee because I don't trust.
Going the same. I was thinking the same thing. I think we're going. I think Milwaukee's going to. I mean, like you said, they have probably the number one. I think he's the best player. He may not be the best skill player, but best player in affecting the game. I think right now is Giannis, and I think next year he's going to be even hungrier, Joey.
He will be.
Yeah, he's going to be hungry. Then you make sure you keep you guys healthy. Clean up your bench. You still got Drew Holiday, one of the best guards in the league, both way guards in the league. I think who's better, him or Marcus Smart? I think he's better than Marcus Smart, even though Marcus Smart gets his props.
I agree because
I think Drew Holiday is more consistent on the offensive end.
Well, and I think Drew Holiday is real clutch too. One thing about Drew Holiday that I like about him, Drew Holiday can go 1 for 20. Fourth quarter, 3 open, no hesitation. He pulling and knocking it down with no hesitation. But anyway, all right.
Because, and you think about Philly, we know has question marks. Phoenix, question marks. Brooklyn, question marks. Like you look at all the teams that are other than maybe Boston, probably really doesn't right now. Milwaukee doesn't, and depending on if Golden State keeps they should be good. So those 3 teams are the only ones that really don't have question marks. Everyone else is up in the air. You're like, what the heck are they going to do? So I mean, it should be a good off season. Dallas, we talked about earlier before the show. Christian Wood, that is I think a good fit for them. They get better. So I mean, Luka's 1 year. Hopefully,
who they gonna get rid of though? Like me and my guy was talking. He was like, I know they're not getting rid of Dorian Finney-Smith. That'd be a bad move.
He fits them. Yeah, he's a 3-and-D guy.
Yeah, I mean, and you know what? You know where he could go and would change their team. Philly.
Yeah.
Philly, because that's what you're missing. Because Cork Maz, Dorian Finney-Smith.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got Embiid. You have Harden, who's not Harden is a shove himself, but he still can be a good point guard. You got a young guard in Maxey. You got Tobias Harris, who is consistently going to give you about 18 and 8
all the time. That's what
do you need? You need a defender who can spread the floor.
But now I did read today that Tobias Harris is on the block.
Yeah, well, you know what? He can go somewhere and help them. Hell, he go to Dallas and help Dallas.
Yeah. I mean, he's still a good player.
Anywhere he goes to a contender, he going to help them because he don't got to be the guy that needs the ball, but he going to play defense and be a good player, knock down shots.
Hey, look at the whole Andrew Wiggins thing. You need something like him. Andrew Wiggins just slid in for the Harrison Barnes role.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew Wiggins is his career year. You win a championship
perfectly
and an all-star. I mean,
all-star starter.
Yeah. So
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's
how did they find Gary Payton Jr.? How did they find him?
You know how they found Gary Payton Jr.? Gary Payton Jr. is a grinder.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's been in the league for a minute, and he was playing because you got a guy like Steve Kerr, man. That look at that guy. Because remember, Steve Kerr, he wasn't no star. No. He a role player, but he was a really good role player. I mean, he's a dagger thrower, Steve Kerr. He won't play no D. He was being tough, but I tell you what, you cannot double off him.
You can't.
No, sir. And but Gary Payton Jr., man, all that defense. I mean, they're gonna have a good squad. I mean, Clay didn't have a Clay game, but usually it was a year after you come back, did you really start to play your normal?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He'll be a year better next year, I would think.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll ever be probably the Clay of old, but I don't think they need that to really.
Iguodala got another championship. I seen Sean Livingston out there with him celebrating.
I do wonder. I don't think this is going to be the Golden State. I think they're going to have a big piece that they're going to add this offseason.
They got a big piece waiting on the sidelines. They're number 1 pick in the draft.
he may still be there, but they got three.
I'm saying that's what I mean. Him. I mean, you still got him.
But they got 2 other first-round picks on that team also. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, Moody and Kuminga will be a year.
I mean, you got a chance to have 3 talented guys seeing these guys blow up, and you still. I mean, you're right, Joe. They could be nasty next year.
Yeah.
I mean, Poole came out of
Poole.
nowhere.
Poole gonna get he ain't gonna be there long because they ain't gonna be able to afford him.
Yeah.
By the way, JB, they got bird rights, as Chris said.
They may though just keep paying. They may just say, well, you know what? We'll just keep paying. If we're gonna win, they're gonna make so much money by winning.
Yeah.
Winning cures everything. They're gonna make so much money by
Otto Porter got a championship. Otto Porter.
Georgetown.
Remember, he was like the 3rd pick.
Yeah. My goodness. $700 million. They're gonna pay the freaking luxury tax. They got mad money. Oh man, their front office is the best.
Steph Curry hit a 3 with like this, Joey.
Yeah.
Night.
he did the old Aaron Donald. He was pointing to his ring.
I saw pointing to his ring.
Aaron Donald.
Well, hopefully it makes Tatum step up because remember Giannis had those years where everyone said, "Oh, he can't win one." So hopefully it makes him better.
Yep.
And
Tatum got a long way to go.
Yeah, I agree.
I think like this year he was first team All NBA, but I gotta say the other guys who were probably going to get that weren't playing.
I mean, Durant was second.
Durant,
Kawhi, 13, when those guys missed massive time.
Yeah,
right?
Durant, Kawhi,
and Kawhi. So
LeBron was washed up.
I mean,
Paul George played 25 games this year.
Yeah, so I don't think Tatum probably will be first team next year. Is that a hot take, Joey? Tatum will not be. No, Tatum being first team would be the hot take.
Yes, it would, Chris.
I'm not.
It would be. I mean, because you got to look and you think about it. If Luka continues to play guard, Luka gonna stay on the first team unless he get hurt.
Giannis will be first if he doesn't stay.
Giannis gonna get a first team. So that's 2 forwards right there, and the Embiid or the Joker gonna be first team center. So you got a guard spot left. That's pretty much you got a guard spot and a forward spot, and you got a lot of hungry forwards that can.
Yeah.
I mean, Kawhi is gonna come back. I'm looking forward to seeing him. I miss seeing him play. And so that's gonna be interesting next year.
A lob guy.
Anyway, all right, guys, we on our NBA tangent. We just witnessed the Golden State Warriors win their 4th championship in 8 years. They're kind of doing the San Antonio thing. Joey's predicting that they're going to win that 5th next year, just like San Antonio. But me and Chris, we thinking that Giannis is going to get back in that championship format and get that second ring. Now on to one of the biggest stories going on in sports, golf, right? We got players from the LIV and players from the PGA playing in the US Open. I saw that one of the main players in the LIV has or may not make the cut.
Oh boy.
Do you know who that player is?
Oh, yes, I do. He had an awful round today. May I say it?
And also let's take a peek at my man's Chris hooked up the US Open format. We did put in our stuff for FanDuel, so I'm gonna let y'all look at what we have while Chris and Joey give us a breakdown of the US Open.
Yeah, so let me see. Let me see what right now Joey's leading on FanDuel. He took of course he took Dustin Johnson. He texted me last night. Are you sure Dustin Johnson is in there? Because
I know I saw that. Yeah.
He's like, I'm sure. Are you sure? So Joey's got his normal. Oh, I see Joey took old Varner.
I had to. That he's with Jordan. I was looking through. He had a Jordan hat and a Jordan shirt. I said, I'm taking Varner.
Oh yeah, that's your Joe JB was getting on you last week or last time. Like, what, you got the black guy on there?
Dude, I am sucking.
Of course, you got Cantlay.
No, I got Stewart Sink, baby. You know I got Stewart Sink.
I dipped into your Cantlay action, and he's killing me and you right now. So
yeah.
Justin Thomas, though, I mean, we saw what he did last time. He didn't start great.
Joey's killing it this week. The heck?
Yeah, Joey's playing. Well, Mac.
He got Rory and Justin. Good for you. Good for you, Joey.
And Dustin Johnson's actually. Are you still thinking he can win one, Joey?
Yes, he can, Chris. Yes, he can.
I saw in the thing that I was thinking I was like hallucinating last night. When I looked at the sheet, it said Gretzky. I'm like, what the hell? Then I realized why it said Gretzky.
I saw that on there. Like, nah.
I'm like, am I hallucinating? Did they say Gretzky on here?
The great one has.
I was dead tired.
Dustin Johnson was forced by the great one to take the Gretzky name. He just isn't saying it to everybody.
I think me and Chris, you and I have three of the same players, bro. We both have Cantlay, we both have Wise, and we both have Sam Burns.
Yeah, so so it's basically a 3-man race for us three.
It looks like unless I'm gonna pretty much bomb this one. Oh well. It happens. I think I got one win this year. Didn't I get one win?
Yeah, you won
either the Masters or the PGA. Which one did I win? The Masters?
You won the Masters, yeah.
I'll take it.
Hey, that's the big dog.
Yeah, I'll take the big dog all day. But I think here I just went Thomas because both of y'all went McIlroy. And I did see that McIlroy was the betting favorite, but I wanted to be like Chris for a change and not go with the favorite there and take a chance. I did. That's what I did. I said, both of those guys got Mac. Because this right here, and I was like, damn, all these guys in the same group. You want to pick all these guys.
Well, Scheffler. What they do, see, when I take it as FanDuel groups them kind of based on probably similar odds, because then they want it tough. Because if you knew McIlroy versus, say, Connors, Fleetwood, Rose, McIlroy, everybody would bet McIlroy, you know what I'm saying? So they try to do it where it's all kind of similar chances to win, so that way you are tough. It's tough to to pick a winner. That's why they do it that way. So they're kind of saying all these guys in their mind are similar players and similar chances. So really in golf, it's just you gotta really just pick the guy who gets hot. It's just tough. It's just picking golf is it's tough, and that's why it shows up. If you pick the winner in golf, you're going to get paid for sure. You know what I mean? It's not like picking just one guy. You got to pick between 90, 100. There might be 100 guys out there playing this weekend.
Right.
It might be more than that. So,
they started at 6:45 a.m. Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, and they're playing all day. I mean, it's just golf is just tough to pick. It's just a tough sport to pick from. So,
Steph Curry just named the 2022. Now they call it the Bill Russell NBA Finals MVP.
Correct.
So you got the Bill Russell NBA Finals MVP. You got the Magic Johnson Western Conference title MVP, and the Larry Bird Eastern Conference. What's the Jordan award going to be?
They need to call the MVP the Jordan Award.
You think so? Or should they replace Jerry West with the Jordan logo Jumpman?
No.
I actually like that Jerry West is still on there.
Yeah, me too.
I know they're talking about replacing it, but I would still say
I don't know, man. He go to the Supreme Court. They may take him off just for that.
Yeah, true.
All right. Yeah, but
I think we'll just we'll just have to see, this is definitely Joey, you want to give us
this Dustin Johnson? Oh yeah, this is Dustin Johnson. This is Gretzky right here.
Yeah, we both picked. I just picked. I picked the Johnson, and he went with the.
I have with my boy Cantlay right here. I was like, yeah, I keep going with him. Why not? Just go.
Eventually, he's gonna get you.
He's gonna hit sooner or later, man.
At this point,
Joey loved
Matsuyama. Yeah. At this point,
ever since he won the Masters last year, Joey picked him every week. Every time
you cannot not pick Cantlay because the one time you don't pick him is when he's gonna.
I know. Yeah,
I got ride him until he.
I got two staples: Cantlay and Stuart Sink.
Well, usually also Scheffler was your guy too.
Yeah, but Scheffler, I just picked him this year, but for everyone we did, I usually got Cantlay, and I definitely had Stuart Sink in each one of them.
I feel like I pick Zalatoris a lot. I don't know who else I get. I get usually I don't pick Cantlay. This is the first time I ever picked him.
Joey, no, he's gonna go Justin
Johnson.
You
go Dustin.
Definitely gonna go Tiger if he's playing.
Yeah, I'm never.
If Tiger's playing, no matter how bad Tiger playing, Joey going Tiger.
I may do that.
I'm never touching Tiger.
Oh, you're not a may. You do every time.
I think.
All right, so
guy even go mostly. So
yeah.
That's
so we'll see how that's gonna work out. Looks like Joey's gonna got a commanding lead on.
It's Joey.
We'll see what happens though.
Joey's saying it's a marathon, right?
It is very early still.
Yeah, but you almost double me up though. So Chris may can catch you.
We're just finishing lap 1 right now.
Yeah, I know.
The biggest thing is how many guys don't miss the cut. If you can get a lot of guys, right? Not the top guy, but that's the biggest thing. Remember last time Joey had like 4 guys.
Yeah.
He had like Tiger with Drew.
I had like 3 on one of them. Is why I think the week that I picked Scheffler and when he won the Masters, I had him on my thing, but I had like 4 guys, 3 guys that didn't make the cut, so I didn't
roll it out with. You just had the winner on that one.
It's crazy. Yep, that's fan dude for you. All right, what we got next, man?
So we'll do some baseball. JB had talked about seeing the Nats yesterday, so get smoked, and then they got
the Nats be getting there. I'll tell you what, I can tell you this too. Having the Braves play the Nats, and I have a lot of Braves on my team really helped my team. Because they were like it was like ching. It was like ching.
So I had asked you last night how crowded was the stadium?
Not at all, man. It was one of those good crowds. You can say, yeah, you can enjoy it. There's not a lot of people in there. Good atmosphere though, but it was some Wednesday night.
How many Braves fans? Like what was the?
A lot of Braves fans, other Nationals fans too. It was some dude. I saw a dude with a Phillies jersey on and hat and Oreos. Saw one guy. He had like
Oreos.
He had like the hell he have on? It was something. I was like, it was just a team. I was like, this is the last team I expected somebody to be wearing tonight. It was I saw a Blue Jays. Shout out to Buttons. I saw a Blue Jays jersey and hat.
Buttons out there.
It wasn't Buttons though. It wasn't Buttons, but I was like, wow, Blue Jays jersey. I got me a shrimp roll. I was out there.
There you go, JB.
You know.
Did you go hot dog at least?
Nah, man. Nah. I got me a shrimp roll.
Oh man.
Tell you, I mean, like,
like a good hot dog at a baseball game.
If you go to like, I don't know what the thing is you do at Nats Park, because I mean there are a lot of good restaurants, but I do know if you go to Camden Yards, if you go there, at least one time you got to try the crab cakes at Camden Yards. You got to. You have to try the crab cakes, right? You got to. Even if you're not a crab eater, you got to try them at least once. That's part of the tradition. It's probably what you got to do.
Maybe not now due to inflation.
Yeah, I know, right? Wait, you want to go to the game, guys?
So he's like, "Can I get
to get into the game?
Can I get a crab cake sample, please?"
Like Chris Rock on that one movie. Can I get one?
Joey just come up with his toothpick. Joey's got his toothpick. He's like, just put a little bit on there.
Absolutely. One rib.
One rib. All right, so yeah, let's get into that. So Joey, I'll start with you. Steven Strasburg goes to the IL again. That's just what he does after his first start last week. So since signing a 7-year, $245 million contract in 2019, he has made 8 starts. Do you have any faith that we will ever see the old Strasburg again?
None. At all. At all. At all. None at all. This Steven Strasburg is the most hyped, probably rookie pitcher in baseball history. The most hyped prospect coming into baseball in a long, long time. And
more hyped than Bryce Harper?
As far as pitching goes, yes.
As far as pitching, okay, my bad.
As far as pitching goes, yes. I think the unfortunate thing, what separates him from, he is considered to be a power pitcher. So he's formed in the same realm as the Randy Johnsons, the Rockets, the Pedros, Dwight Goodens. He is a power pitcher. He's going to touch 98, 99 for a lot of his pitches. And he's got so much power coming into those pitches. He's going to make you buckle because he's going to come back with a nice breaking ball. And it's going to make you buckle because you're going to be so confused. Oh my God.
One of those, you ready?
You're going to buckle. You're going to buckle. And you're going to think that there's sweet chin music coming your way. It's just a very high pitch coming at you, 98 miles per hour, and you're going to duck anyway. But what separates him from Rockets, from Gooden, from Johnson, from Pedro is that this guy, in 13 seasons that he has played, he's been hurt and he has missed time every single season. He's missed 10 out of his 13 seasons. He has missed time. And it's always his shoulder or his elbow. He's had Tommy John surgery. What they're saying that he's going to, if it comes back, if the prognosis comes back, he's going to have the reason why he missed all of last year. He had to have surgery. I forget the name of the actual injury, but they're saying this may be a repeat of why we had to shut him down and give him surgery last year. It's not looking good. I don't see him ever being the same unless he somehow throws not as hard. Maybe his fastball will be in maybe around 90, 91 instead of 98, 99. I just don't know what the main difference is between someone like him and Verlander, who was another power pitcher who had Tommy John surgery, and Verlander is arguably the best pitcher in the American League right now. So, but even though Verlander had Tommy John, Verlander was never
shout out ODU.
That was always out. That was out every single season. So no, Strasburg will never be Strasburg ever again. Never, and I know Nat fans don't want to
never,
ever. Forever, never.
You know that other good prospect they had Tommy John surgery for the second time. The other guy they got was a pitcher. Forgot the guy's name. They were talking about him last night at the game. He's sitting there with a cast on his arm too when they pitch.
What's his name's brother Chris? Is it Joe
Ross?
Joe Ross, did he have Tommy John surgery too?
I think Ross is the one that's out for he's had Tommy. It's either is it Joe Ross or one of the whatever the Ross that's with the Nats. I forget which one it is. There's two of them.
Hey, I feel bad for him, but I don't feel bad for him. That dude got paid. I can give you 245 million reasons why he is still fine. 8.
JB, what do you think? You think we'll ever see kind of an elite Strasburg that we have seen that he's shown flashes of, or you think that's just kind of
it's not out of the realm of possibility because like Joey said, one of the most hyped prospects that ever did come out, and he's a great pitcher when he's healthy, but can he stay healthy? Guys, one thing about baseball, guys can be pitching. How old is Strasburg? 30 what?
Let me see. He is
31, maybe.
33.
Yeah. So, guess what? That guy, he could be pitching into his 40s. Is there a possibility that he comes back and is a good starter or a good pitcher? Yeah. would he be throwing like Joey said? I don't think so. But I did see a dude throw like that guy for the Braves other night, Strider. Every pitch he was throwing fastball was 99, 198. He was throwing that heat.
Right.
Man, he was throwing some heat. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think so, Chris and Joey. I don't think Strasburg is ever going to be the Strasburg that we are used to seeing.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, I think the one plus, and you look on, and I'm kind of with you guys. The one thing is that he has, and you break down of the kind of the grouping of you would put him in of an elite talent wise, is that he has way less innings than those guys. So that should be a plus, but way less innings because of he just can't get through a season. You know, you're looking at these other guys like Kershaw, Sale, Greinke, Verlander, Scherzer, all of those guys that he's kind of in that realm of. Those are all guys who are also having some arm injuries anyway. Greinke's kind of the only guy that really hasn't had that issue. But Greinke, of the guys that we mentioned and Joey was talked about, he's the only one that isn't the power pitcher that everyone, you know, all the rest of those guys are. So in elite talent, if you look at his whip, his K per 9, he's right there with those elite guys. And there's a reason he gets that contract, you know, because in baseball, we have seen teams who dominate pitching can win World Series based on having maybe 2 or 3 guys, you know. And so for them, they're looking at the talent that they have. They've got Max Scherzer, who still looks like he's got a lot left in the tank at the time of the contract. And you got Soto coming up. You got Trey Turner. You look like at that point that, you know, we could be good for the next 5 or 6 years if all comes to it. And pretty much what's happened is, you know, as soon as Scherzer leaves, Strasburg, everything that they kind of hoped for over the next couple of years is falling apart. And now this contract looks like it looks awful. You know, me and Joey talked today that they got a deal with Scherzer because he kind of outplayed his contract, but they're going to get burned on this one. And I think it's a shame because he is an elite talent. There's been other guys prior, Kerry Wood, that are hard throwers, but even them, I think he's better than those guys. I think he's probably in the realm of the elite, you know, probably Hall of Famer guys. The guys that we are talking about that he's in the list of, all those guys, Scherzer, Verlander, Kershaw, Sale, Greinke, and him, I think all those other guys are going to be Hall of Famers. Don't you think so? He's got that level of talent, and it's a shame that injuries are going to kind of sap him of you know, his career numbers. I mean, he's getting paid, but it just sucks as a fan to not kind of have him come out. And I don't see how, if he, you know, he's one game this year and he couldn't even stay out. He got rocked that game. He didn't look right.
Rocked.
And then now, like Joey said, is that what they're saying may be another thing. You know, I mean, your arm can only take so much. But this is a guy who, remember that one year they were trying to push and they were discussing about Strasburg. They said, this was the year he came off of Tommy John. And they said, do we want to push him past his innings limit? Do we want to save him?
So that there was a pitch count every week.
You know, it was the whole year they were talking about how are we going to use him up in our innings pitch. They decided to use him up normal, and then he wasn't going to pitch in the playoffs. They've been caught. This guy has coddled his whole career because of his arm issues to try to just get him to this point. It's crazy because we talked about before, some of these guys back in the day, they were throwing hundreds of innings, and those guys weren't getting hurt at all. So, you know, I don't know.
Everybody's soft, man. He don't want to work.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it is the other way. Maybe it's a guy.
They want to work, Joe. Nobody want to work, Chris.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's looking right now in innings pitched from 2019 to 2020. Verlander's thrown 21.42 in innings pitched. Strasburg's thrown 14.38. So he's thrown 700 innings less in over that same 10-year period.
Right.
And not because of ability, it's because he can't stay healthy. So it's an unfortunate, but I mean, it just looks like, that he's just going to be one of those guys who we question how good he could have been, a Bo Jackson kind of thing where he could have been a whole.
Speaking of how good you could have been, Tatum tonight, give his stat line, fellas. So we're back on the NBA Finals. Tatum, 6 for 18, 13 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds, 5 turnovers.
Man, when they said we need a massive game,
no free throws.
Wow.
Jaylen Brown.
That's why he's not that guy yet. I mean,
Jaylen Brown, 34 points, 12 for 23, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. He also had 5 turnovers.
Man.
Their bench, Boston's bench tonight scored 5 points.
Wow.
Jordan Poole had 15 points in 18 minutes.
Man.
Every game that Boston had more than 17 turnovers, 16 turnovers, they lost.
They had 22 tonight.
Yeah. They lost.
Jeez.
Can't have that. That 22 turnovers. Not very good.
Not very good.
Gary Payton had the best plus minus of everybody in the game. He had a plus 18.
Gary Payton.
I just do not want to hear Draymond Green's mouth.
Oh, here.
Derek White.
I know.
Derek White was a minus 26.
Wow.
It's crazy the shift from what we saw last Thursday, right? Or last Wednesday. And we came on here on Thursday. All of us are like, I mean, especially me and Joey.
Yeah, not me.
You were still thinking it could go either way at that point.
Yeah.
But me and Joey, we were like, this thing is done. I think I'll give I think Golden State will win one more because I think Curry will still blow up and win them one. But I saw there is no way the way that they looked in game 3 that they were going to come out and do. And pretty much from that whole series has pivoted to completely the opposite direction.
Yeah, that with Curry, that 40-point game, man. Okay, I got one more stat for you. How does this happen? How you play 8 minutes and you are minus 20?
Wow.
Oh my gosh, who's that?
Peyton Pritchard. 8 minutes and you are minus 20. So that means in your 8 minutes, your team was outscored by 20 points in just your 8 minutes.
Yeah, that's. Did anybody on Boston even have a plus minus?
Probably Robert Williams.
Al Horford had a plus 2. Marcus Smart had a plus 7. Brown had a plus 1. And their bench, man, minus 18 for Grant Williams, minus 26 for Derek White, and minus 20 for Peyton Pritchard. For the Celtics, for the Warriors, Poole plus 11, Peyton a plus 18, and Green had a plus 16. There you go. Oh, and guess what? Guess what happened on the game 6? Green had 12 points, 12 boards, 8 assists, 2 steals.
What he does.
Stepped up big.
That's what he does.
He had to get out of that. He had to get out of that triple single.
Yeah.
He played 42 minutes. Wiggins played 44 minutes. Wiggins 18, solid line. Wiggins had 18, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, and 3 blocks.
He's definitely, that's what I said is his, if you look at every one of his games, he had a pretty full stat line.
Yeah.
And he was guarding Tatum every night. So
Joey's boy Andre Iguodala got 1 minute.
there you go. He had to earn that ring.
Yeah.
He earned that ring.
Yes,
that's crazy. All right. So I guess now we're gonna be talking about speaking of baseball, man, everybody's teams in here are red hot, right? Like I mentioned earlier, Braves 14 in a row. Boston, 11-2, 12-2?
Yeah, I think they're maybe.
And the Yankees, I think 12-1 or 13-1 tonight, right? They win tonight.
They won again. Boston lost today, so.
Well,
Hot.
Braves haven't lost yet in June, and they get the Cubs. So maybe we can add some more.
Well,
and I'm gonna tell you one thing about the Braves' last 3 or 4 wins. Ronald Acuna Jr. is like 1 for 20.
Oh, really? He still hadn't heated up yet.
And the Braves have still been winning.
The thing is that right now the Mets have been playing some good ball too, though. So
yeah,
I mean the Mets they're not playing as good, obviously, as the Braves, but the Mets are still right now they're
4-game lead. It was 10.5 about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
it was.
I mean, right now the Phillies are
marathon, not a sprint.
That's what it is, JB. Say it again.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, JB. As my man Joey would say it. All right. And how you doing in fantasy baseball right now, Joey?
I'm starting to get a little groove going. Got a little groove going. I still feel like my guys are never hitting well, but my pitching is starting to come around a little bit better. I don't have big time K guys. I have guys that eat innings. Guys that get out. Absolutely. And let me point out, as hot as Aaron Judge is, Aaron Judge may not even be the hottest bat in baseball.
Who is it?
The guy that plays third base for the freaking Sox. He is on fire right now. Rafael Devers is on my MVP list right next to Aaron Judge as of right now.
Okay.
Devers. He is killing the ball right now.
Right now, Boston's got the second, third, and fourth leaders in batting average.
Yes, they do.
And with Devers, Martinez, Bogarts, Devers. Devers leads the league in hits. Bogarts and Martinez are right there. Judge home runs, Buxton right behind him. My boy Jose Ramirez, who actually is not, I don't have him this year. He's 4th in home runs and 1st in RBIs.
Mm-hmm.
Devers is right there.
Rafael Devers. Let's see.
I believe Devers is he leading the league in slugging? He's either hitting a home run or hitting a freaking double. He's hitting something that's going to be multiple.
Golly, yeah, 85 hits. He's killing it.
He's hitting something that's going to get more than one base. That's what Rafael Devers does. Home run or double. I love guys that hit doubles. Love guys that hit freaking doubles. He's going to hit 50 of them this year. Okay. 50 doubles.
Let's see, American League, National League. You got Goldsmith. Jeff McNeil. Know that guy.
You have him, don't you?
I do. I can tell you, Joe, here's a kicker. Here's a killer though, right? My saying about scared money don't make money. It's true. You learn that in fantasy sports too. You can't hold on to guys and think, well, yeah, but then you Jeff McNeil was on waivers, Joey.
Yeah.
Somebody for some reason dropped Dansby Swanson.
I think I did see that.
I picked him up, and since then he's been hot.
So it's a marathon, people.
It is a marathon.
Baseball.
I can tell you this. My team, I don't know, man. My team, I feel like my team is that team that is like the old saying, what's that saying when the people say you not good at you a jack of all trades, a master
of none. That's what it is.
I got guys dipping their toes in every little stat. I'm looking at stats right now. Max Fried, quality starts, third in the National League in quality starts. Mm-hmm. I got nobody with strikeouts, nobody with hits, nobody with runs batted in. Jansen, third in saves. I got the number one home run guy in the National League right now, tied with the guy from Philly, Austin Riley, who had 2 knocks last night.
You got the guy I have, Pete Alonso.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I do have I have the guy with the third best batting average, Jeff McNeil. All he does hit singles all the time. All he does hit singles.
Single Jeff McNeil.
Now in the American League, though, I got the pitching I got in the American League is pretty nasty though. I got Nestor and Verlander, who both have a 1.94 ERA.
Yeah, JB.
Well, the scary thing with yours is Cole's hasn't come around really.
And he is third in the league in strikeouts. He ain't done nothing in terms of getting wins and stuff.
I have McLaughlin.
Mm-hmm.
I
like my pitching staff. I feel like my pitching staff, I'm one relief guy away from just being down.
And the thing with baseball with relief pitchers is watch a guy who you just be on the lookout for a guy who is like a holding guy right now. I
got that guy.
Oh, okay.
AJ Minter. I picked him up.
Yeah, those are the guys. You can find those guys because you can get some holds, and those guys get slept on. So
yeah, every game, like when I went to I was like, oh man, if the bad thing is when you got the guys who get saved, your team, their team slaughtering somebody, he's not even getting on the field.
Right.
They're gonna put in some bum. But yeah, man, I have enjoyed playing. I see Chris boy Mike Trout is up there in home runs and tied.
That's what they were calling this a down year for him, and he's on pace for like 40-something home runs, 100-something RBIs, and hitting like 280, 290. That's like most guys, that would be like a ridiculous year, and that's a down year for Mike Trout. I mean, that's the thing with Mike Trout is he's consistently. I used to not even I always hated on Mike Trout for years. And then you look and you're like, you know what, man, this dude is so consistently good. Right. You're like, what the heck? But I always wanted Harper to be better than Trout. Yeah. And then I realized, you know what? It's like LeBron. You're like, as much as you can dislike LeBron because he's kind of annoying, you're like, you know what, man, this dude is just so
good.
Yeah, you're like, it's hard to just, and then eventually, or like Tom Brady's the same way where he's annoying, but he's just what he does is he just can.
I hate Tom Brady.
So,
hey, Pete, this though, who is you think Justin Verlander has a chance to be the Cy Young winner?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so because I think some of the guys who are probably like Gosman, those kind of guys who are probably a little bit better right now, I would bet my money Verlander puts it together for a whole season more than some of these other guys.
So right now, Verlander's 8-2.
Yeah, so I would say you get some of these other guys who like the guy who's right there. Lucas Gilbert is on the Mariners. I don't know if I trust those guys as much to put it together. The only problem, and the good thing with him is Houston is good. A lot of these guys are on Toronto, or is the guys Gosman got rocked though, so by Baltimore. So I don't know. I bet right now he's probably the betting favorite to win.
The way things are going, the AL playoffs are going to be classic. The way
So I'm looking at the Dodgers got two guys who are 8-0 as pitchers right now.
That's the Gosling guy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but correct me if I'm wrong, do they give two Cy Young awards, one for the American League and one for the National League?
Yeah, that's how it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
we also add in Bryce Harper. Speaking of him, he's hurt. He's not fully healthy, and he's having another phenomenal year.
Yeah, he's
DHing right now, right?
He's hitting .317 with 15 home runs and 46 RBIs with an OPS of 1,000.
And he's hurt. He's been playing hurt.
And he's got 7 stolen bases. He might get 20 stolen bases.
It's a monster.
So with a .620 slugging.
Golly.
Yeah, Joey loves that slugging.
Yes, I do.
Joey loves slugging and OPS.
OPS are my numbers, absolutely.
Joey, I'm always like, well, this guy's batting up. I don't care. Give me his OPS and his slugging.
Do not care less about batting
average and slugging.
Do not give me his batting average. Keep batting average out your mouth.
Keep BA out your mouth.
Yeah, he does not want to hear that. He wants OPS and slugging.
That's all I want. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Nothing else.
All right, Joe, you want to get over it because we get into some NBA draft to pick our top 5 guys. We'll probably be the same 5.
Is it going? I'd like to hear how our top 3 are going to be, if there's going to be any change there. Is the NBA draft next Thursday?
Yeah, next Thursday.
Yeah, next Thursday. Yeah, we get to do it. We get to do it live. Talk about the NBA draft while it's happening.
Doesn't seem like there are any, franchise changing recruits in this coming up draft, but there seem to be maybe some guys.
I don't think so. You don't think that maybe you could be right.
Well, I think that on paper there's some guys with some high ceilings.
There are.
Yeah.
But I think that there's no guy where you're saying I 100% lock this guy's going to be a superstar. There's a guy who you could say, well, if he becomes a superstar, I wouldn't be surprised.
Correct.
But if he busts out, I wouldn't be surprised either. There's a lot of those guys.
Busting out.
They are saying that Ivy kid is a John Morant clone.
I see that.
And believe it.
I see.
Yeah, so you believe it.
I
see it, and so you believe it. I mean, like, the boy from Gonzaga, man, he fits how the NBA is played now.
He does, JB.
And the one thing about him too, as a big, he has a handle, so he can go rebound coast to coast or bring it up and be comfortable in it and knock down threes and protect the rim like Rudy Gobert type protection.
Can do that, but can he?
And yet, Rudy Gobert type protection, but on offense, not relegated to lobs and stuff like that. So he got.
I think the worry with him is going to be frame, right? I mean, is he? I mean, look at someone else skinny like him in Porzingis, who's not necessarily an interior guy, but he's always injured.
Always.
But Porzingis scared to go in the paint too. He's scared of the paint.
I mean, I think this guy's going to be better as an interior player than Porzingis is. But just from a frame standpoint, you always worry about big guys that are that skinny. There's not a lot of those guys.
He might bulk up a little bit. You never know.
Well, yeah, because they all have to bulk up if they want to survive in the hardest professional basketball league in the entire world. Well,
Luka says the NBA is harder, but it's harder to score in the Euro League.
Right. Oh, okay. Different rules.
Yeah.
How do we want to do this?
I think what we do is we'll just
I'll make top 5 picks, man. We see how I roll out.
Well,
all right. Look, as y'all are talking, I already did the spreadsheet already.
Oh,
okay, I got it. I'm gonna give some over unders after we do it. Just a couple guys I saw on Bet Online.
I can throw the over and unders here on the spreadsheet too.
All right, so Joey, I'll give my first pick. I think the Magic go with Jabari Smith.
Why do they need Smith though? Can y'all just explain that to me?
Well, I just think that there's the 3 guys, I would think that they're going to probably think he's the best overall. So they're basically just taking best talent.
I think he's the safest out of the top 3 guys too.
Yeah.
This sounds like a what's-called pick.
What's that?
What do you mean?
The kid from UNLV.
Bennett.
It sounds like a Oluwakandi pick. Like it's not. You make your first pick. You want your first pick to be somebody. They be like, oh, you got him on your team now.
So you think they're gonna go chat?
No, they're gonna. From what I've been hearing, from what I've been reading for weeks now, is they going Smith, but you never know.
Well, and I
they better not go guard.
I think that they won't. So I think that one of the things is when you watch him play, there's games where he's dominant. Like remember in the tournament, the one game, was it the first game or the second game? One of them, no, they lost in the second round. Remember, he was horrible the second round, but this first game he just looked ridiculous. So you go, okay, well that's a top 3 pick in the first game, and then the second game you're like, what the heck? That guy's not a top 3 pick. So I think
he's more of a throwback to me. It seems mid range. And which is good. Of course, everything goes in cycles. The NBA gonna get back to where they used to play because everybody can't shoot like Steph and Clay. Yes, don't have those guys. Guys jack up threes, but they're not knocking them down like Steph and Clay. So, but yeah, I got Smith for that pick for Orlando as well.
Everyone's picking it with and nobody's excited.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when you knew that, even though I'm not a Duke guy, but when you knew Zion was getting drafted, like, oh, Zion, let's see what he do in the league, right? You want to see the shit that Zion did in college. You want to see, okay, can that carry over to the NBA? And a lot of times it did. And, Zion has some. I saw one of the easiest bets ever on FanDuel. I never forget when I first got on there. I log in, and it says, will Zion, they were playing the Mavericks, who didn't play no D at that point. Will Zion have 4 dunks? Place your bet. Like, what? Give me that. I put like 25 on that, man. He had like 4 dunks in the first 15 minutes of the game.
That's all he's doing.
Yes.
They have NBA comparison for Jabari Smith is Chris Bosh. I guess because he's a big that can stretch the floor and is pretty athletic, maybe not super.
Chris Bosh, championship level Chris Bosh was the 3rd option. So that tells you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Bosh on Toronto was a all-star. Yeah. That was just a good.
But they won't sniffing no play. He won't sniffing no damn playoff wins.
I would see, if Jabari Smith is probably your best player, based on what he looks like, you're probably just going to be maybe a fringy playoff team. That's it.
Stockpile with a bunch of good players. I mean, Cole Anthony. They still got Markelle Fultz, who's the first pick.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Mo Bamba.
Suggs.
A high draft pick.
Oh, Suggs.
They still got the kid. I mean, they must be giving up on the kid from Florida State.
Right.
Isaac.
Jonathan Isaac, I guess, because he's
I mean, he messed up. He was probably a better prospect coming out than Smith was.
Yeah.
Isaacs was a 3-point shooter, block shots, handle, do everything.
Remember, he tore his ACL, so he didn't even play at all last year.
Yeah, he got hurt, and then he wouldn't get a COVID shot. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so all right, so I go second pick, OKC. I gotta go. I'll go Chet here.
Yeah, I got Chet as well. I think OKC is just basically stockpiling. I mean, you got Chet. You got the kid from Australia, pretty good.
Yeah.
You still got
Chet too, please.
Huh?
I will tree that.
Oh, okay.
All 3 of us going.
You got Joey's man, Lou Dort, out there playing defense.
That's my man.
He plays some D now.
He does play D, and on that
D
box score,
3 and D. He just be like, I mean, it's crazy how Lou Dort can have like 40 points one game.
It'll be 3 for 22.
Yeah, one game he had a 40-point game this year, I believe.
He may have taken 29 shots.
Imagine this league though, if somehow OKC can tank again and get that French kid that's also 7 foot, and you got Chet at 7 foot guy that isn't
a French kid like a point guard?
He's got handles. I mean, I think you figure if that guy comes in at that tall, I mean, they'll definitely be long.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a year away, but OKC is going to want to try to tank another year.
He's just like Chet.
Hey, Joey, I gotta come for you, man. Lou Dort, his high score was 42 points, 16 for 31.
Oh wow, okay.
7 from 11 from the 3-point line.
Okay.
Man, when did Lou Dort ever have the ultimate red light? Jeez.
when you play for a team that's constantly tanking.
Yeah.
That red light stay on, it's like going to the Netherlands.
That's right. Red light district for Dorm.
All right. So who we got are we going to differ here? So we got the Rockets, who just gave away probably their best player.
I think we're going to be the same here.
Yeah, I think
I think we're all going
the old Duke boy Banchero. I go Paolo. They have his NBA comparison is Julius Randle.
Oh, he's gonna be a bum. If your comparison is Julius Randle,
Bing bong.
fringe all-star, fringe all NBA, but nothing more than that.
Mm-hmm. Are you going? You're also going?
Yeah, I got him. I got him too. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so
I'm thinking we're going to be the same number 4. Also, JB, you had already mentioned it.
I did.
No, I'm going a little bit different because I don't like the fit of Ivy.
Okay.
Only because
Thank you, Chris.
I just don't get it. So I don't
because you are smart, but guess what, Chris? The Kings are not a smart organization.
Yeah,
they are terrible.
I'm gonna go with Murray, Keegan Murray here.
I was okay.
And throw it off a little bit.
He's still a guard.
Yeah, what? But he's probably he's probably what 6'7", 6'8",
6'8", yeah.
Shooting guard.
He can definitely score.
They don't need a 4. They have a 4. They're gonna place they don't want Sabonis to get beat up. They place Sabonis at the 4.
So he's 6'8", 225. Keegan Murray. Okay. So he's probably a 3-4 type of guy, but probably a little bit better. He's not going to play they're saying between his comparison is between Otto Porter and Siakam in that range, somewhere in that range.
That's not a good range.
That's
good, but not good.
Well,
Siakam wasn't Siakam until he got that taste of playing with Kawhi, and then this year he parlayed it into a 3rd-team All NBA. I mean, he got himself he got the bag this year. You're an All NBA team, you're getting paid, right? That's how it works in the NBA. Right. Good player though, really good player.
But again, if you're building around Siakam as your best player, you're probably not going to win. So
yeah, he wasn't even the all-star. Siakam needs to be like the third option or second option.
Yeah,
right. On a good team.
Right.
I would say
on a good team, probably third option.
Every one of these guys, if any one of these guys ends up being your best player, kind of based on what we're seeing or scouts are seeing, you're probably going to be a bottom level team. So
like when Smith goes to Orlando, he's the first pick. Is he the best player in the team automatically? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No, I think he's a project.
Not even close.
I think there's a lot of these. Keegan Murray's probably your best, probably more polished kind of, what you're going to get when he comes in the floor.
But is he better than, okay. The Kings have a all-star player. Legit. Fox he's okay. He has his moments, but Sabonis, when he's playing, he's right. He is an all-star player.
Yeah, I would think that the Kings, Keegan Murray there can give you probably, I would say if you had kept Halliburton, had Fox and Fox and Halliburton.
You shouldn't even have drafted Halliburton. Okay, you draft Halliburton, fine. Don't turn around and draft Mitchell.
No.
That made no sense.
I guess they like Mitchell enough, though, to
trade
Halliburton.
Yeah, because Mitchell's tough, good defender, good athlete. Yeah, still. Joey, you got Ivy? Are you going?
I'd like to go Keegan Murray here, or I'm even wondering possibly the big dude, the freshman from Baylor here, Chris. But I'm thinking that Ivy is just so good and talented that there to be like, let's just.
I think the Kings. If the Kings can't trade up, they should trade down. They don't need guards.
Well, hey, can. This is your mock. So if you want, you can call mock and trade.
I'm just saying, I based on what the Kings normally do, Chris, I'm gonna say they're gonna draft Ivy because that's what they do. They do dumb. They do dumb-ish. That's what they do.
But people are saying though that they are in win now. They want to win now. That's what I was reading.
Right.
When was the last? Okay.
Only because of that, because they've been so bottom. They've been so much of a bottom feeder.
What is win now? Let's put it into context for me, Chris.
Probably make the playoffs for them.
Okay. So they're gonna make the playoffs.
Try to trade out.
They can make the playoffs with the team they got right now if they don't get hurt and they play with Sabonis.
So yeah, but maybe they say, well, we're looking to trade back. Someone will jump up to get Ivy, right? I would think a team like the Wizards would want to jump up or someone.
Who they gonna overtake? They ain't making the playoffs next year. Hot take, they ain't making the playoffs. They're not. They're not gonna make the playoffs. Kawhi's back next year. Dame is back next year. Right? They're not. Zion is back next year.
Mike Brown is going to be on that silent note, JB. He's got championship pedigree.
Every time he goes where he gets fired. So that tell you right there, too.
Well, all right. So you're going to go Ivy or you want to give trade back?
I'm going Ivy, Chris, because I know the Kings are going to do some dumb shit.
All right.
Ivy is just, he can be electric. He may be the best player.
He can be exactly like Ja Morant is.
Yeah.
Now the question is how long are we gonna have Ja Morant playing that way?
Yeah.
Right? With all his electricity, what's going on right now? Where he at right now?
Well, got him hurt.
Watching Steph Curry talking about how Jordan Poole twists his knee.
Mm-hmm. Pulled at his knee. That you don't do that, bro. That's breaking code, bro.
Who has somebody need a basketball game on purpose?
Maybe
on live TV, everybody can see you doing it. I mean, I'm just saying.
Maybe the 87 Pistons.
Maybe
them. Maybe
the Celtics too.
Or Knicks. Maybe the 87.
Definitely the Knicks in the 90s. Definitely. They may just punch you in your knee.
The 92 Knicks, yes.
Like, oh yeah, your knee right there, just you a good punch in it.
They just do the old with the knuckle too.
All right. So who we got? Okay. So does this mean at pick 5? I'm going Murray at pick 5.
Yeah. So
that's on best available player.
I'll say Ivy then, because I don't think he falls out of the top 5.
Okay.
And then Joey, who you got?
Best player available.
You know who's on the board is that one guy, Sharp, everybody's loving on.
The kid from Kentucky.
That has like no game.
Arizona kid. I love the Arizona guard.
You like the Arizona guy?
Yes.
Benedict
Mathurin.
Mathurin, yes.
Mathurin or whatever.
I think I'm going to go Keegan here also.
He played the okie doke on us.
I'm gonna go Keegan here.
Joey, you gotta try. You gotta go down on a limb on a little bit.
I really do want.
We all got the same top 5 players there.
Yeah, so there's no way that's gonna happen, Joey.
Probably not.
It's not much. It's not much deviation there.
The only deviation is I picked.
Yeah, the Murray and the Ivy swap that you have. That's it.
All right, well, maybe we'll go. How about go 6? Because that might change up where a little bit of.
I didn't plan for 6, but sure.
Because we know
you got the 6th pick. Who is that team?
Let me see. That's
the Pacers do.
Oh Lord, are they keeping Malcolm Brogdon?
I don't think Malcolm Brogdon is in their plans, which means they're going to need another guard. So I'll put Mathurin there.
I'll go Dyson Daniels, the shooting guard, the G League guy that everyone's hyping up.
Okay.
So see
Dyson Daniels. Okay.
That's another guy who is not a great shooter, but everything else he's kind of. So you still got the dude from Baylor that's out there, right? Sochan or whatever, that he's the blonde-haired guy, right?
Yeah.
You still got Matherin. Sharp.
He said the guy from Baylor, he said his game is he compared his game to Draymond Green. I was like, oh Lord, don't draft this guy. Not in the first round.
What's wrong?
Not in the first round. No, you can get him in the second round. Nope. No, sir.
So you got Sharp, Daniels, Matherin, and the Baylor guy, which JB don't want any part of. Those look like
Matherin?
No, the Baylor dude, Sochan or whatever.
Nah, he's in New Zealand. Nah, I don't think he. I mean, if you drafted him, man, you are solely basing your draft pick off straight up maybe potential, maybe. I mean, I watched him play, and I mean, he's a good player, but I don't see him coming in and affecting the NBA game like that right now. And you, Joey, you picked let me see, write this down. Joey, I had to get his name right.
He took Matherin, the Arizona.
You got Dyson Daniels?
I took Daniels, yeah.
All right. I was thinking about taking the kid. What's the kid from Duke?
Griffin?
The other guy. Yeah, Griffin. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna go Griffin.
The shooter.
They got, I mean, what the Pacers got they got a whole bunch of, I don't know, nothing. They do got, I mean, they got Buddy Hield. Forgot they got Buddy Hield. They got Buddy Hield, Halliburton, Brogdon. They got Miles Turner if he's healthy.
And they do plan on keeping him from what I've been hearing.
Good defensive player. So they would need a decent 4. I mean, they got some 4s, but they fringe bench players. What they say, below replacement level players, right? You got the kid, you got Osei, you got the kid from Syracuse. The guy they drafted from, I think he played at Arizona. I know Phoenix had him at one time this year, but got rid of him. But they picked him up, the kid with the goggles, Jordan Smith, I believe.
Jalen
Smith,
yeah, that's him.
They got some young players. He played at Maryland, didn't he? Jalen Smith.
Yeah.
He played at Maryland. So they got some young guys, but maybe they can go with a guy that's more of a stretch 4 or something like that. But we'll see.
So you
know what? It don't matter because you know what? The NBA is just not the draft and NBA unless they got somebody like when LaMelo came out, it was exciting because you wanted to see LaMelo play because all the hype. Zion, but this year you have the most hype that I want to the person that I want to see play or how the NBA to me is Chad. That's what I want to see.
Yeah,
see what he does. He is the most unique guy out of the draft. Just a 7-foot guy with handles, shoot threes, but yet is a rim protector.
Right.
Well, I guess his kind of he's probably a Porzingis Gobert mix, right?
I mean, if you can get Porzingis Gobert mix and is a healthy player, you got a hell of a player right there, man.
But then can he move laterally? Because I see him, he's gonna have to guard guards. He's gonna have to guard slash guys.
I mean, but most of those young bigs, they have to get used to that. I mean,
but how good of a defender is Porzingis?
Terrible.
I don't. Yeah.
Pick and roll. I mean, but the NBA, any mismatches because how they play. Like tonight in the fourth quarter, for some reason, Boston kept switching and letting Horford check Curry 1-on-1 with no help. What did Curry do? I'm not shooting a 3. I'm going to the rim getting layups.
Cooked them.
Chefed them up. Put them in a pot. Stirred it up.
Correct.
Threw it up in the air. Caught it. Put the top back on it.
Right.
Look, the dude do that. He do the little salt on his food. You know what I'm talking about? The guy who does that thing with the little salt. Yeah, nah. You don't. I mean, it's all about the NBA is about mismatches. I mean, you watch the NBA game. good ball movement, but sometimes push come to shove. All right, you gotta get a stop. Can Chet get a stop? I mean, he's probably gonna be a better help defender than man on ball defender like Gobert. But I think that he is way beyond Gobert's capabilities as a offensive player when he came to the league.
Correct.
Well, so that's
I think yet he's still on that defensive level. I think even defensively, he's better than Gobert when he came to the league.
So the thing is that if you say, okay, a mix of those two guys, he's maybe not the offensive player Porzingis is, but he's a better defender than Porzingis. And he's not the defender Gobert is, but he's a better offensive player than Gobert is. Right? That's kind of weird.
But the thing is, here's the thing. I think he can be just as good as Porzingis as an offensive player, as a shooter. And he can, if he's comparable to Gobert and can shoot like Porzingis, then you got a good player there. There ain't no bust.
A fringy, you got an all-star.
Yeah, you got a guy that I want on my fantasy team.
You got an all-star who's gonna stat stuff, but
right, you want a guy like that. He he'll give you some threes, give you some blocks, he'll give you some rebounds. You know what I'm saying? So that's the guy you want.
Yeah, I mean the biggest thing is that he's probably not gonna, like, Gobert can't carry a team and Porzingis can't carry a team, so you still are gonna need other guys.
Yeah, I mean, what in the NBA now, what legitimate big guy can carry a team? And the only way that Giannis does it is because they legitimately just pass the ball to Giannis and he brings up the court.
Yeah, he comes out with a full head of steam and just bullies his
what big guy nowadays do? Because right now we are not at the point where you have a big guy and you can throw it down into the block on. You know what I'm saying?
Even Embiid has a floor spacer and had to come out.
Embiid is it. You know what? Embiid will be when Philly and Embiid, because how many times I gotta watch Embiid catch a ball at the end of the shot clock at the damn 3-point line?
Oh yeah, he's definitely.
Why isn't Embiid catching the ball? Why, when they run offense, why aren't they sending Embiid to the block? I that right there, I don't get.
Right.
Is it him or is it the offense? Because somebody is messing up.
Right.
That's so stupid. Anyway. Yeah, they just don't do it no more. They don't just say, hey, here you go. You're on the block. No Shaqs, no Hakeems, no Tim Duncans, no David Robinsons, no Ewings. None of those guys who you throw the ball to the Charles Barkley, just throw it down Malone, put it on the block, let them go to work.
All day. All day long.
Right, so let me give you I'll give you 3 or 4 names here on
and while you looking those up, tonight's game, I saw a lot of Golden State playing old school basketball, and it helped them on those fast breaks, because on those fast breaks, they weren't running to the 3-point line. Those guys were running to the rim. That they did it over and over again. I saw Draymond, I saw Wiggins, I saw Clay. Instead of going to the 3-point line on a fast break, 2-on-1, 3-on-2, they're attacking the rim, getting easy baskets. Easy baskets all day, baby, win.
Funny as you said that, because JB, there was a game earlier. I know Golden State had a 2-on-1, Clay and Steph went to the 3-point line and missed it. And I remember Jeff Van Gundy saying, why a 2-on-1 fast break? You got to go to the baskets.
Yes,
you're right. Absolutely.
Tonight, though, they did it though. That's an adjustment. You watched the tape tonight. Yeah. You see many a times they were trying to, on the breaks, they were attacking the rim and won't take in the threes.
Right. Tap the basket, baby.
All right. I got a couple here. So I'll give a couple names. We'll do Matherin over under 6.5. So Joey's under.
Go I'm gonna go. Let's see.
Are over.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over on Matherin. But Joey got Matherin. Oh yeah, he does him at pick 6.
He has him at 6. You can't go in now, Joe. Joey's like, well, up top, I'm gonna hedge my bet here.
See, I really do like. I like the Dyson Daniels pairing going to Detroit with Cunningham. I think that does make sense. That's a tall dude. That's a very tall dude.
So you're hedging your bet. You're gonna go Matherin over and then Matherin at 6.
Detroit drafted a first round pick 2 years ago, Hayes.
Yeah, he's barely played.
Right.
All right, so Joey, what is it gonna be?
Under.
All right. Dyson Daniel over under 7.5. I'm saying under.
I'll go under.
So you think he going 7 at least, Joey?
Yes.
I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon with y'all.
Come on, this JB.
There is some hype. All right, Jalen Duran, the big for Memphis, 10.5.
Who has pick 7?
Hold on, let me see the
Portland does.
Portland, okay. All right. They want some help bad. They already got a big. Okay. So we all went under 7.5 on Daniels, right?
Yeah.
Under 7.5. Okay. And so now we got Duran from Memphis. And you got over under 10.5.
Yeah.
Portland 7. Who's 8?
New Orleans, San Antonio, and Washington.
You said
Wizards?
The Wizards at 10.
And who's at 9?
San Antonio.
You
said 10.5, Chris?
10.5, yeah.
I'll go over.
Who's 11?
Joey's boys.
The Knicks?
Yep.
He ain't going there, JB.
The Knicks probably wouldn't draft nobody. They probably trade that pick to Utah for Donovan Mitchell.
I hope they'll
give up their first round pick.
Well, if it was just a pick for Donovan Mitchell, I'll take it all day.
And now they not first round pick.
Ain't gonna be that though.
First round pick. And then they're gonna give up Quickly and Toppins. Quickly, Toppins, and first round pick for Mitchell. That'd be straight firing.
Oh my goodness.
It's funny because at the end of the year, Quickly and Toppins were balling.
They were.
But Quickly had 2 triple doubles, man. Toppin would put up big numbers. Toppin was making me think they should get rid of Randall. Just go to the youth movement. Get rid of Randall. Start Quickly.
You could get a lot. You could be able to get a lot for Randall too.
I think
or something.
You can. I think it's it would be a mistake to get rid of RJ Barrett because RJ Barrett has gotten better. He has gotten better.
Oh yeah. RJ Barrett, he's okay.
He's okay.
He's a good player. He's a good player.
He's too much volume for me.
Yes, he is, Chris. Yes, he is.
He's Monta Ellis. He needs a ball.
Yes.
Yeah, he ain't Monta Ellis. Monta Ellis is a baller.
Well, but I'm saying is he needs volume to get his point.
So are we all over on Duran? I got over 2.
Yeah, we're over on Duran. All right.
Okay. Over 10.5. All right.
Jeremy Sochan, the Baylor kid. Over under.
How you spell it?
SOCHAN. Yeah. Over under 12.
Under.
Somebody gonna take him. I'm gonna go under 2. Everybody want they want glue guys, and I mean he's still unproven. I mean, was he even the best player on Baylor this year? Probably not.
No.
Yeah, I'm also go under.
Yeah, the highest ceiling though, huh?
Did he really?
Johnny Davis, the Wisconsin kid.
Oh, he has his own commercial already. You seen it? Taco Bell commercial?
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
When he's going to get drafted and the Taco Bell thing goes off.
Oh,
and he leaves.
That's it?
Yeah, that's Johnny Davis. Yeah.
Okay. Ding.
He's a point guard, right?
I would say he's more of a
Lead guard.
yeah,
Is
but
he
I
a,
don't.
is
I
he a,
think
is
how
he a
tall is he?
guard that needs the ball in his hand, or he a guard that comes off the dribble and shoots? It's a difference, right? Like, for example, for Memphis, John Morant, ball in his hand.
Yeah.
Desmond Bain, don't need the ball in his hand. He can
Nope.
just shoot the ball. So Johnny Davis is which one is he? Is he both?
I don't think he's.
I think he might be both.
Okay.
I don't think he definitely. I don't think is a guy. Well, in this portion of his basketball career, I don't think he's going to be a guy that is going to have the ball in his hands often.
Oh, okay.
I think it's someone else's job.
Okay. So you think he's going to go somewhere and go somewhere to a team where they already got an established guard, so he don't have all the pressure on him.
What's your number on him, Chris?
Over under 11 and a half. He is 6'4".
I'm going over.
I'm going over.
So like Pacers hosting him though. Local kid from the Big Ten. Pacers don't need him, but that's organizations that suck. They just pick bad. They just stockpile players. You said again his it was what now?
12.
12. Over under 12. Same as a kid from Baylor?
Well, for some reason his is 12, just flat 12. No, his is 11 and a half.
Oh, the kid from Baylor 11 and a half?
No, the kid from Baylor is 12. I don't know why it's not 12.
Davis is
his is 11
and a half.
Yeah.
All right, and you got
we both
over.
went over.
All right, I'm gonna go under.
Joey,
Nick's got a Taco Bell commercial already. He already blowing up.
All right, so the last one we got is that Sheldon Sharp. Shaden Sharp, the Kentucky kid. 8.5.
Hold on. Say
the guard.
Yeah, I think he's like 6'5", maybe. I think he's got a real long wingspan.
Right. What's your number?
8.5. The question is, how much do they love? Does somebody out there love the ceiling on him? I mean, 2 years ago, he was the player of the year in high school.
Right. I'm going over.
Let me see. Who do I see could take him?
It says Shaden Sharp is the prospect with all of the tools and none of the tape.
I'm going. I could easily see a team like New Orleans swinging or Portland. I'm going under.
It's under what, 8.5?
Yeah, 6'6" with a 6'11" wingspan.
Yeah, why not? Number one player in the draft. I mean, number one player in this class. Obviously, the potential is super high. Yeah, Joe, you going over, right?
I'm going over.
I mean, think about if he was a guy who was coming out straight out of high school.
Yeah, probably be the first pick.
Maybe, yeah.
So, I mean, it's just a question of now, why is he now? You're saying, well, because of you not playing, you bring in a lot other question marks. But if he just came out of high school, he'd have probably been a top 10 pick. So,
Yep.
All right. So I guess we'll see next week how we do.
Yep. I let y'all look at it, see what we got so far, what I got on here real quick.
All right.
All right, so it's our picks, right? We all got Smith first round, Chet second round, Paulo third. We differ here with Ivy and Murray for picks 4 and 5. Pick 6, we all got somebody different. So that's pretty cool.
We go off the rails.
Yeah. Over and unders, the kid from Arizona. I went over and Chris went over, Joey went under. Joey think he's going in the top 6. Dyson Daniels, G League guy. We all got under 7.5. I think he must have got some potential. Durant, the kid from Memphis, we all have over 10.5. Thinking he'd probably go a little later. So can the kid from Baylor. We all went under 12. This is the kid that said he's comparable to Draymond, so we'll see. If one thing that Draymond affects, it's winning, and everybody wants winners. We want winners. All right. And we got Davis.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, Johnny Davis, the Taco Bell dude. Both of y'all got over. I got under. I think, I was just reading, that he has some visits to some teams that are in that.
I mean, he's definitely range. So
yeah. And then Sharp, the kid that, they said all the tools on the tape, we all got under. Hold on.
Joey's got over.
Joey got over. You and I got under because if one thing the NBA does nowadays is they will draft more on potential than actual people that can help them win.
Joey says, I'll believe it I'll see it when
No, he'll see it when he believes it.
Yeah, you just don't believe it, Joey. Come on, you got to believe.
Maybe he'll be apologizing to Mr. Sharp like he did to Mr. Justin this year. Maybe he'll be apologizing to that guy. But anyway, guys, that is episode 56. Oh, no, it's not. Because we got the hot take. Joey, how'd your hot take do last week, bro?
I hit last week, didn't I?
You hit 2 weeks ago for sure.
2 weeks ago, man. Come on now. Don't be trying to be slick.
Joey's like, I think I hit
I hit last week too.
Hold on.
No, you hit thanks to me last week.
Okay.
You actually hit last week because you got money in your pocket. You didn't get no chump change.
No, I did not.
You got a little bit of something.
Thank you for that, JB.
Oh man, you gotta thank me, man.
No, we still appreciate that.
Yeah, you got. I'm thanking y'all, man, because you believe it or not, you guys doing this show and talking sports, even if it's like once a week or whatever, in Texan has brought a lot more energy into my life.
Amen to that.
Because it's you crave to have conversations with like-minded people, and this platform has given me that. Right? Because we disagree a lot, but we are all like-minded and it comes to these things. Yeah. We just have our own kind of, and sometimes we agree on the same thing, right? I always find it amazing when me and Chris are on the same page. And me and you on the same page.
Not you and Joey.
Worried when you're on the same page.
When me and Joey on the same page, it's all good. I remember when we first started, it always seems that you and Joey were always on the same page. And then it started to like, at first it was like Joey would be all the way in left field. You would be over here and I'd be right in the middle, like, what are they talking about?
You're trying to bring us both in. Come on, fella.
Yeah. But that's all good, man. Trust me. It's all good. I know I hate for y'all to hear, me, give my little sob story, but that's facts though. It just brought a lot of energy into my life. Doing this, look forward to it. Just having a conversation, just having a more having a conversation. That's probably the best part.
Absolutely.
I'm with you for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what's our hot take for this week, Joey?
Ready again. We're gonna go 5 leg.
5 leg. This dude Joey went from once Joey got a taste of betting. We haven't heard a hot take yet in like months about somebody actually doing something. It's all about them bets.
That's what
you
it's all
hit
about.
The bets.
And I'm
like, I missed the hot takes where Joey be like, yeah, Nebraska gonna win, gonna go 7 games this year. Got my Heisman winners, but that's okay. I know they coming.
They'll be coming. They got to be coming in August. Well, what you can do is you can still relate it to betting because you'll now know if you say like the over under totals.
Yeah,
you can probably throw some of those out.
The future bet, the futures.
Well, yeah, you can.
We all know that Southern Cal is going to win double-digit games.
What? Hey, so Buttons was in the chat, and Buttons was like, man, they have no defense.
Of course, Buttons was. He's going to find out, though, when they got 10, 11 wins.
Buttons was with me. He was hating. I saw that. Thank you, Buttons.
Just wait, Buttons. Just wait, Chris. When they're in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, I'll wait for 2023 when they not this year but next season. I can wait.
Okay. So
Hold on a second. If they're in the Rose Bowl, that means they're not even competing in the. Is the Rose Bowl hosting a game this year?
I don't know if they're going to be in there. I'm not saying they're going to be in the
playoff.
Final. They're not going to be Final Four.
The thing is, double-digit wins and top 10.
Yes.
Let's do Chris Tyre. Double-digit wins.
All right.
Ugh.
We're going to go 3 baseball and 2 tennis with this 5.
Man, I've been getting crushed in tennis, so be careful.
Crushed in tennis? Okay.
This is going to be a good one for you, Chris. All right. I will be going to JB's Braves.
Oh.
Because you know who else is really bad right now? The Cubbies are really bad. So I'm going to
the Yankees spanked. Yeah.
Yes,
okay, before you say this,
yes,
the Yankees spanked them home run ball all day. Guess who is second in the league in home runs? The Braves.
The Braves are second right now.
They're right behind the Yankees.
In overall home runs.
Yes.
Braves are mashing. So they lost Freddie Freeman and they didn't lose a beat on mashing. And as a matter of fact, y'all are going through this, and Albies is out until maybe August.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
the guy his backup had a home run last night.
Fractured foot.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. That's a big loss.
Yeah.
That's
but I think the guy who plays second base, he had a home run.
Okay. Well, give me the Braves money line -174. I'm gonna go to Camden Yards because Tampa is very mad about getting swept by the Bombers. So they're going to get back on track tomorrow, money line Tampa Bay. And then the White Sox will be in Houston. Houston is rolling. I think with everything that's happening with the Yankees are killing it. The Sox started off awful, and now the Sox are right back in the playoff race, but Houston just keeps on winning.
Oh, chugging under the radar.
Winning. And I feel like no one is really, they're more talking about how bad the California Angels of Anaheim are compared to how good Houston is. And Houston just keeps on rolling. Give me Houston money line against the White Sox tomorrow.
11 the Angels about a month ago.
Yes, they were.
They started off hot before they went on that terrible losing streak. They were loving them.
Yes, they were. And poor Joe Madden, after a 14-game losing streak, says, you know what? I'm going to do something that's going to raise spirits. I'm going to get a mohawk.
And they fire him.
And they fired him. And they fired him. So.
Oh, man, that's called insult to injury.
Oh, my gosh. You have 2, maybe, well, we already know one is clearly one of possibly if he's not the best player in baseball, but you have
one of the best players in baseball. Go ahead and say it.
Another guy is maybe a top 5 player.
Ohtani and Trout. I mean, you got 2. Got 2 of the best. That catch Trout has not was good. And then your boy Ohtani, he's having a game where he's pitching 1-hit game and hitting home runs the same game or whatever.
I bet the Angels tonight. They were up 4-1 against the Mariners.
Okay. Give me
Ohtani was pitching, right?
Ohtani was pitching tonight.
Oh, Trout 2 bombs.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 bombs tonight.
Okay, tennis. The on tour, I know it's almost time for Wimbledon. I will be having a Serena hot take. I will have Serena making the quarterfinals. I don't know if I'm gonna have her go in a little bit any further though. I do wonder, does she have what it takes to win one more? But give me in the ATP. Let's see, is it the Halle 2022? They named this tournament after the wonderful Halle Berry.
Yeah, I don't think so, but maybe.
Give me Karen Konchanoff minus 166.
Karen, okay.
Oh, Karen.
And also the ATP Halle Berry 2022. Give me Daniel Medvedev.
Oh, I definitely know of some Medvedev.
Which equals a plus 766.
Man, he'll take that.
You are welcome.
Oh, one day somebody's gonna put a message in and be like, "Man, thanks, man. I actually won." Or they're gonna be like, "Man, would you just please stop with these ridiculous hot takes? Losing money, bro."
That might be the case.
I know. One time Makai took one of our takes and bet, but he didn't win though.
Okay.
Like he watched the show enough, he would have won.
He just
like if they would have like it's been sometimes when they watched the show, they would have won money. Like if they would have watched the show for the NFL for the Super Bowl, oh, you would have won some money.
Oh, you read about that? You
would have won some decent money if you bet with put some money down. You'd have won easily. Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like we were in a good spot on the Super Bowl. We handicapped that one pretty well, actually.
Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to the college basketball season because I already got my plan for this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna take one of the betting sites. This is gonna be my betting site for our college basketball picks, and I'm gonna put every game for the line. I'm putting $2 on that game. Bam, bam, every week. Bam. See what happens. See at the end, do I have am I in the hole or am I on top? We'll see. I won't be taking any lines minus 30 Florida State versus UMass. I know that crap.
Joey's all in on that.
Okay, there will be more of those being bet in September. Come September, there'll be more of those being bet.
Oh yeah. All right. So, but hey, we have actually this time reached the end and completed episode 5-6. Episode 5-6 is in the books. Hopefully, if you watched it, you learned something, you enjoyed it. Big shout out to Golden State, Steph Curry, MVP of the NBA Finals. Good NBA season.
Was a good NBA season.
A lot of surprises, a lot of disappointments, a lot of injuries, but hopefully next year. Then we got summertime baseball warming up. Hockey's about to finish. Hopefully my Lightning can even the series. But even if they go down 2-0, but Joey always says you can't doubt the heart of the champion. Underestimate. See, I'm tired. That's why these late nights, man. I be making up stuff. Never underestimate the heart of a champion.
Well, and what's the other quote is the series doesn't start until you lose at home.
Yeah, the series doesn't start to the home team.
We're trying to throw out a bunch of cliches for you guys.
I know. I'll tell you what's funny. So you think about this Golden State Celtics series. Boston won the first game and then lost 4 out of the last 5.
They did.
They won game 1. Everybody like, oh my God.
There was some.
And they win game 3 in Golden State, and Golden State says, you know what?
We're fine.
Just slow down. Let's slow down here.
Been here.
Hey, I'll tell you, I was fooled. Game 3,
they got hoodwinked.
After game 3, oh my goodness, I'm like, that's a wrap. That's done.
I hear you.
There's no chance that you got to give it up to Steve Kerr making adjustments when it looked like no way that because it's not like they're bigs. It's not like they just had anything to pull from, they just had to change it up.
Yeah. Let's think about Steve Kerr's bench. He brought off his bench consisted of Looney or Porter, Peyton, Poole. That's who he played. He played those 4 guys along with Wiggins, Draymond, Clay, and Steph. Championship.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he did a heck of a job coaching, and it's probably why he's been the best coach in the league over everyone says, oh, well, he inherited a good team, but He knows what the heck
yeah.
he's doing, though.
Yeah, he does.
Front office.
That's
in the front office. I think they're definitely the best built team from fully from top to bottom. As the owners all the way down to their bench.
Who is the opposite? Who was the opposite of the Golden State Warriors in the NBA? What team? What team in franchise right now?
In the NBA, just a mess of a franchise.
Sacramento.
I mean, Chris thinking the Knicks, but I'm not going to put words in his mouth.
They're not there. The Knicks are actually decent.
I'll also say I could put Washington there.
Oh, Washington's definitely there.
They're like Beal. Beal's going to walk. They're going to lose Beal.
Beal's not going to walk. I talked to a guy last night. I swear, I said this guy last night at the game. And you wouldn't believe the story he told me. He said that Bill is going to stay because the Wizards are going to bring Wall back.
That's the reason.
Beal already said
he said the inner circles asked him what he wanted. And he said, I need a point guard. And they said we can bring John Wall back. And
he was like, count me in. Like, whoop, he took all them chips and just said, push it all in.
Slide them in.
He didn't even say a word. That's it. That's all he needed. And that guy who you were talking to was sitting there right there at the table.
He pretty smart guy though. He seemed pretty young guy, but he seemed pretty knowledgeable.
I mean, I think the guys want Beal to stay. I just think that does Beal want to waste away his career? You know what I mean? It gets to the point where like guys like Damian Lillard and Beal, these guys, are they all in? I mean, Damian Lillard seems like he seems to say all the right things about wanting to stay in Portland.
But does he want to win a championship or he just want to save face?
Yeah, so maybe Beal, if Beal really wants to win, you put him on a team like Philly or somebody.
Miami,
yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if he's a good fit for Miami.
I mean, everybody could use a Beal.
Everybody uses a Beal. Beal, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. But I would say right now, Washington's one of the worst franchises in basketball. Unfortunately.
Washington and the Kings. Okay. The opposite of the Golden State Warriors. Well, okay.
What the Hawks are thinking too. They're like, okay, we're supposed to run this back. It didn't go well. Trey had a great year, but he regressed
against the Heat. He was what you call exposed.
He regressed in the playoffs
against the Heat. Yes. But the main thing with them, they're gonna need a consistent guy playing beside him, a bigger guard.
Not naked. Yeah.
They can play defense and they can shoot.
I mean, they overpaid Collins for basically just an athletic type of.
Didn't I tell y'all they should get rid of him? Didn't I tell y'all last year? I said they should get rid of Collins. Just go with the youth movement, get rid of Collins, and play that way. Nah, they ain't listen. They didn't listen to JB.
They didn't listen to CJ Squared.
They did. They don't listen to the show, man. Because I would have told them, hey, you don't need to re-sign Collins.
I got these three guys.
Play.
These three
how you want to
DMV area that, hey, sign them up. Let them run your front office for a little bit. One day.
I tell you what, I bet some money us three could run a front office of an NBA team better than these guys they got out here right now.
Oh, you two more than I tell you that.
I mean, yeah, you be basing off of you'll be basing off of your heart. I let Chris do the analytics, and I'll be like,
well, what we do is if we can combine and we all like the same guy, that's the guy we got. Then that's our guy.
Yeah, you facts, right?
On all levels.
And we all be like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sign him up.
I'm like, go sit down, sir. Hey, come here. I'm like, let me feel your heart real quick.
Yeah, hold on.
Let me just feel something.
The midichlorians.
Yeah.
Like Star Wars, you have to force. Do I feel it?
No, I'd be just sitting in the back with like on the laptop, just that cat gif where he's like pounding on the keyboard. Like,
yeah.
What is that guy doing? Don't worry about it. He's
Oh,
a political guy.
And me, I would look at that film, be like,
You carry the ball too much.
I'm like, hold on a second.
You turn the ball over too much. What is
this? I'm like, he cried too much, man. We can't have him on our
That's
team.
not our guy.
No, yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be funny. All right, guys. So that's our show. I gotta get some rest, man. It's late. It's 1:15.
JB, congratulations.
I am, but I off don't mean laying in bed all day. You know how that goes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta work. Nobody want to work, Joey. Don't nobody want to work. So get up, make some bets. See if there's anybody worthy of snatching up on my fantasy team to try to get a dub. Scared money don't make money. I know you don't like that, Buttons. I know you don't like that I make all these moves, Buttons. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're in last and I'm in second. What can I say? What can I say? Say what, Joey?
Yeah, come on.
Oh my goodness. I think Buttons actually winning this week. If I'm mistaken. He's actually, I think it's Rednecks. That's your friend, right, Chris?
That's my cousin. I don't even know if he changes the roster though. I haven't seen him in a while. So
I saw Cooper finally made a move, pick some players up, and he's getting in business right now, Chris. What's happening?
I was talking to Coop today about it. I said, you got to make sure you're making moves. So he said he's been doing some stuff. So
he's up 19-6 on you right now.
He's got pitching. His pitchers, if you look at his guys, like on the not necessarily right now, but he's got Devers. He's got a team. It's just his pitching, he's got talented pitchers for sure. They're not really big name guys like Dylan Cease. He's got guys though that are good.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think if he's a team that if he can somehow make the playoffs, he could be
dangerous.
Yeah. Because he's got pitching.
Yeah.
If you got pitching, you can win half. You can just float through because you'll win a lot of things, and then you'll win a lot of the categories, and then you'll just hope to even split hitting. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why
pitching is huge.
What's that guy that beam, Joey, where the guy go like this?
That's Pedro.
Yeah.
Pitching is huge. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at Cole, Cortez, looking at Freed, Verlander.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely
got a squad. I got some pitching.
But the thing is if you got one of those guys gets rocked.
Oh, they do.
Oh my goodness.
That happens every once in a while. We were playing you, Joey, and Cole was getting destroyed.
Yeah, you get that's the problem is in a playoff week, if one of your studs gets rocked that week, you're digging out of that hole.
Done.
Big time. So then you're like, I got to throw 90 innings just to try to offset that one thing. Right. So that's what
I know that end of the season. I think the Braves got the Nationals a couple of times, so that's a good thing. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting with the playoffs in baseball because of there's a lot of management, but there's not. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing where it's not like in basketball where you might be chasing two things. You don't really chase like triples or doubles. You know what I mean? You can't.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot of stuff it just happens or not. Like a home run, you can't. Even if you had Aaron Judge, he hit 60. He's up at bat 300 something times a game, or a year. So it's even that it's hard to chase that. It's hard to chase anything.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. You're just hoping. You're hoping for the best.
You have to though.
You're hoping for the best. You're hoping for the best.
Yeah, it's different.
You're hoping the guy just gets some contact.
Yeah. I mean, you got your best stolen base guys.
Like what, Joey?
40, 50 a year.
Something. Yeah, just
it's something. I look up. I see a guy go 1 for 8 for the day and double hitter. You're like, what happened?
Yeah.
What are you doing, man?
Oh, it makes you sick when you see something.
I know. I know the guy I was playing last week. I am the wiener. I guess what his name is.
Right, yeah.
Man, he got a squad, man. His hit, man. He got Trout. I think he got Trout, Acuna. I think he got Judge. They're all on the same team.
The wiener is
you figure Trout fell because of injuries. Acuna fell because of injury. And Judge falls because of injury. None of those guys play a full year, but every one of those guys, if they're fully healthy, is probably a top 5 guy.
Yeah.
So it's just Judge hasn't played a full year like in the past, 40? And when has he ever played?
No, he didn't have Acuna, but he does have. Look, he had Trout, Judge, Freeman. I was like, okay,
Oh, geez.
this dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, Judge. I remember Judge went third or fourth round, but the problem is Judge has been healthy all year, so that's huge, But who knows if he's gonna? Same with Trout. Trout really hasn't missed a lot of games. Normally, Trout doesn't play a full season.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, guys. Be talking to y'all. 57 next week.
Absolutely.
We talk about next week. Probably gonna talk about NHL, some more baseball,
draft,
the NBA draft that day. That's gonna be a fun day. Hey man, hey, y'all have a good evening, and I'll be talking to y'all soon. Keep stacking, Joey. Keep stacking.
Keep stacking.
Where your shoes at, man? You got them yet?
I'm still browsing, JB.
Man, you too picky, man.
I'm still browsing. I'm trying to get as much as I can.
I got you, man.
All
right. All right, man. Y'all have a good one.
All right, guys.